like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Book art, 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 book
Yo, what's up, girls and boys? It's time to make some noise. Cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders. I collect them all. Gotta make sure your posing's tight though. Make sure your lighting's right, yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life, bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host, Moncheesy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey, I'm fucking with them. Hype beasts, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about me. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga, that's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas, that's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper, nigga, fuck what you selling. I'm all up in the toy aisle, I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga built Maruby on that Google chat straight flexing. Look, I pop the package, I smell it. Pop the package, I smell it. Me and my nigga Tiny at the toy fair straight spinning. They asked you for that Deadpool and he ain't asked no questions. We too fly, I know this. Let me give your ass a checklist. Got the Giant Man, got that Ares, that Cable bruh, it's nothing. I get the blue wire, silver Luke Cage, that Dragon Man, then I'm stunning. And this song for them fuck niggas that's hating on your collection. Yeah, they talking all that shit, but it's A.C.B.A, we reppin'. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detox. Catch me at the toy shops. I'll take that. We're taking that right there.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir. We're
Officially back at it.
That's crispy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 117, I believe. Am I correct?
117, baby.
All right,
Spartan
good.
117.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm your host, Boog Nice. I'm here with my boys, my boy Colonel Crackers, Pan Cheesy. I think Rick Don may join us momentarily or at some point. But what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up? I'm fumbling with this camera right now.
Yeah.
It was a
Not
wild
bad.
week.
It was, dude. A lot of news.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so we got quite a few things we wanna get to, but what do we want to start with? We
I
started with
wanted to kick it off with a little question for us in the audience to get us thinking and get us vibing. You know,
Oh,
when
yeah.
we all get
What the-
loosened up before we jump into these topics.
Yeah, what the
Oh.
palette. So yeah, I wanted to start
Exactly.
off with a question of the week. Last week's question was pertinent to the show. We were like all watching it and everybody was talking about it in chat. It was the Tamashi stuff. But what I wanted to talk about this week was like something more like general, more personal to us. So I was like looking through like old Toy Biz stuff today, and I came across like those like old like that weird shit that Toy Biz used to do, where they would make like mad vehicles and stuff like that, and like suits of armor and everything like that. And I just remembered, like when I was very young, I looked at those vehicles and I really wanted them. And I was gonna ask, like, do you remember like the first like wild concept toy like that you truly remember really like fawning after? Not like a normal just like figure of a character you like, but something that you never saw in the show but you still like really wanted it.
That's a good question.
So I'll go first.
It would have to be something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you guys can get a chance to really think about it. So like for me, it was the old like Spider-Man like battle armor. I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. But like it's Spider-Man, like the regular Spider-Man, but then he had like this big like almost like Hulk Buster-esque battle armor. And I remember like Green Goblin had some too. And I just remember like just going into like Kmart and like Caldor and shit. What a throwback, Caldor. But like
Wow.
but I remember going into those stores and just like fawning after. And like I just remember watching the animated series and I would always be all like, yo, when is this thing showing up? Just like never did. Much like whatever, like his Jeep, the spider themed Jeep, like his motorcycle and shit. But it was that stuff was really cool. And I just remember always really wanting it. And then I looked and it's over $1 bill today on eBay. So that's never going to happen.
Man. Show me the link for that.
Oh yeah.
I could remember that happening a lot with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like a lot of shit that would happen a lot with TMNT. But I don't know. I feel like back in the days, more stuff would show up on shelves than they do, obviously, now with all of these different crazy cartoons and stuff. Like you'd have a better time trying to find something from a show back in the 90s or something than you will now. But I don't know. I got to really think on it for something personal for me though. But
yeah.
Fabio, you got something?
Oh, Fabio, you're muted, my friend.
You're muted, bro.
I've been muted this whole time. All right, my bad. It's funny that you bring up all those Toy Biz vehicles because I actually ended up going back and looking for some like on the cheap on eBay because some of them like are actually pretty in scale with a lot of 6-inch lines of today.
Yeah, they came
they
back.
they have some pretty good like deco that still kind of holds up. Varies. Like if you remember, Toy Biz like did a lot of those, and they had this motorcycle that they re-released with like multiple different Wolverine figures. That was like an actual like die-cast metal engine on the inside, and like a pretty decent scale and like a good chassis, but it like fired a missile out of the light. Just like stupid stuff like that. But like even back
I
then,
remember that.
those toys were like, for kids necessarily, but like they were so much more sophisticated than like, the big lines that are out there now, like, those 12-inch DC lines of, like where everyone's getting this Batmobile from right here, where like the Batman is a 12-inch figure and it sits in there like a coffin, it's we didn't get that. We got like an actual like super articulated figure, and if you give me like 2 seconds, I can actually dig it out.
Hell yeah. I posted a picture of that mech I was talking about in the chat, or in like in our Facebook chat.
Yeah, in our secret chat, of course. Yeah, dude, I remember that one. I for sure remember that one.
I remember,
and that's what I'm saying. You got that, but then the Spider-Man figure was pretty decently articulated underneath that. It was one that would come out in the regular 6-inch line. It was a variant,
Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, at one point, I had saved up enough money to go ahead and grab this at Big Lots. It was at a big. It had been so long since these were sold in regular stores. They started showing up at Big Lots. And like I went to go buy it, but like they wouldn't sell it to me because it was open and the Spider-Man was stolen out of it.
Dude, that's nuts.
So that's how they got me.
So this actually reminded me of my actual line, because I'm digging up Google images of it, and it was the subject of a meme, like, that went viral like in the early days of the internet, where there's the Marvel figures, but they did a crossover with like Transformers, so they would transform.
Oh my god!
Wolverine would turn into like an actual Wolverine dude. Right. So then there's the picture of the Punisher where his like missile comes out of his crotch. I'm looking at some pictures of these right now.
Share it. Show it on the screen. Let's go.
Yeah, that is forever a meme though. The crotch shot Punisher for sure.
Yeah, here we go. I'll pull it up right here. They had all kinds of them too. Here's the Punisher in question right here.
Oh my god. they had some of these at my local comic shop, and like it was just like mad people asking like, yo, what are these, and like the owner just had like such a wild time explaining it, like, yo, get this, imagine if if these guys transformed.
Right. It's more like that sounds like a question Elon Musk would ask on the Joe Rogan podcast. What if Marvel characters could transform?
What if?
Well, what's funny is it's the same thing. You got all kinds of different variants of them, and like it within all kinds of different lines. It was like a subline,
Yeah, it was crazy. What a time for toys back then.
It never got better. Well, except maybe today.
They just started throwing shit at the wall and just whatever stuck.
I guess. I remember that Avengers line right there. You had to scroll past it. It was that one. No. From the animated show from the 90s sometime. I don't know. You scrolled past it.
Not this one?
It was a Captain America.
Oh, the Captain. Let me see. Oh, this one here, yeah.
Was it that one? No. It wasn't that one either.
No, this is the 90s cartoon, yeah. This is the one where, for some reason, like, Hawkeye was the leader or something.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yeah, here we go. And, like, all the characters had, like, really edgy redesigns.
So
like, Wasp was, like, an actual wasp. Do you remember that? She was, like, a mutant wasp.
So crazy.
And Ultron was the main villain. But that's, like, this is, like, the actual, like, figure line, to complement that movie, or that series.
That Ultron had, like, That Ultron had a real powerful light up feature in the head and face, and I think that little rocket arm had lit up too, or something like that. Yeah, I remember that Avengers.
Mm-hmm. And then within that line, they would do shapeshifters. So weird.
I'd love to get somebody like as a guest on the show that was like part of the creative process of this, and just really pick their brain. Just pick their brain.
We're working on that now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was the one where it was Wolverine. I don't think it was in this line, but I'm just reading the chat and people are talking about the Wolverine bike that has like the Wolverine face on the front. I think that's from the old 5-inch Toy Biz line. Let me see if I can look that up. What about yours? What's your line?
I don't know, anything Marvel related. I honestly, as a kid, I didn't like any of that extra like goofy stuff.
Dang, purist from the start, huh?
I did want I did kind of want the Spider Buggy though. I think everybody pretty much wanted that. I think we all want that right now too. But
Yeah, they did.
That's the one thing that I kind of think about.
Yeah, if you saw our post on Instagram, that's what I used for our post, the spider buggy right here. This is like the new and improved spider buggy, and like it lights up and talks and stuff. Oh my
Where
God.
did you get this?
This is from the Disney Toy Box line, where they did it was like figures in the style of Disney Infinity, but they had like pretty decent articulation. They sold it at like Disneyland and like the Disney Store and stuff like that. They're not bad. They're not bad little figures for sure.
I honestly would not be surprised if Hasbro did that as like some nostalgic thing in an Ultimate Riders line, like some deluxe Ultimate Rider Spider-Man thing or something like that.
Oh yeah,
that would be a dope. That would actually be a really good vehicle for Spider-Man, even if it's just like a tongue-in-cheek thing. You know, do like a almost like a Deadpool-esque Spider-Man. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Wolverine bike in question now, right
so
here.
good.
Cool, 5-inch, Toy Biz line, pretty cool from 1991. And then you pop this face on the front, and
I remember that too, though. That's wild.
That's so funny.
My man's face is
just in there,
out in front of the bike there. What?
When you and your vehicle look the same.
When I'm looking up Wolverine motorcycles, though, one of the ones I was mentioning earlier is on here too. Wait, not that one. This one. It was released like basically in this similar packaging in like all kinds of different lines. So there was the movie one, there was this X-Men Evolution one, and then there was like an X-Men Classics one, and that's the one I have. This one right here.
Yes.
So this bike still holds up.
Yeah, it looks good.
This bike still holds up, but the Cyclops equivalent is not good. I think Glenn Webb did a review on it like back in the day, and Shartimus did one recently as well. Here's the movie one.
Wow.
Yeah, rest in peace to Glenn, man.
Hell yeah.
I miss Glenn.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right, so let's see if we can get the chat to chime in on their cherished childhood gimmick lines.
If you were sorry to interrupt you, Fabio.
No, go for it.
if you came in the middle of this discussion, the question was, what was your favorite like childhood like gimmick line, like vehicles or play sets or whatever have you, just stuff that you never saw in the show but the toy looked like really cool and something that you really remembered or you really enjoyed from your childhood. Throw it in the chat when the live stream is over. If you want to go ahead and throw it in the comments too, we'll open up the show reading everybody's comments next week as well. But let's go over the topic list real quick. Let's get into the topics. Today we're talking, of course, Marvel Legends, such a huge blowout for Marvel Legends fans this week. We're talking Sentinel, Hot Toys, Mythic Legions, Mondo. We're going to be doing something cool for October, and then we're going to wrap the show up with pickups as well. So, if we want to get right into Marvel Legends, we can
all right, let
really
me pull up our handy dandy coverage from our friends at Toy Arc.
Hell yeah.
Talking about this Fan First Friday.
I actually got
Did anyone watch this live? First of all,
I actually I recorded the whole live actually.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
And just real quick before we fully move on, here's that Wolverine motorcycle.
Oh well, you have it.
Yeah, I have it right here. And then here's like the Logan from Mezco to go with it.
Damn, that's nice.
I'm posing it like Todd McFarlane would. I'm just standing the figure next to the bike.
Take a look.
It's a good scale. It's just like really shiny. Like it could do with like a sharper, toning down or something.
Is there any diecast in there or no?
Yeah, the engine is die-cast.
Wow.
It's like has a nice weight to it. But this is what I was talking about. Like the light is just like a flip-out feature, and it shoots a missile when you press the handlebar.
Oh my god.
So the handlebar is like flimsy thing.
What a different time,
honestly. Oh, and real quick, let me pull out the Cyclops too, because the Cyclops I got it came in like a bundle with this, so I was like, and I'm like, oh cool, it has lights and sounds, right? A Cyclops motorcycle with a Cyclops theme should have a pretty cool light up feature, right?
Disrespect.
Like, well, it's not at the front. For some reason, it's on the side here.
Oh no! Why?
It's terrible.
This thing's got more eyes than Cyclops. This thing is crazy.
Is it on both sides?
No, it's only on one side. It's literally just this. That's where all the lights are, and it has sounds. Ooh, it's terrible, but it was worth it for this one.
It was worth it for that. Yeah.
But this Fan First Friday, man, like usually they drop, you know, like a couple hints and reveals throughout, and it's just like a sprinkling of information. But no, this time they just like hit us with it, right?
Yeah. I can't remember the last time they really just dropped like so much at once.
Mm-hmm. And they talked about some stuff that we'd already seen, like the War Machine helmet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cool, dope. Anyone getting this?
Nope.
Cosplay? Display? And the Stormbreaker we've seen before. I think this was revealed at PulseCon, right? Stormbreaker, that's pretty cool.
It's really cool tech. I'd imagine the dream is to shrink that tech down and put it into Marvel Legends, that light up stuff.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
At least in the vehicle.
Something like that for they could do something like that for a backer project, like, you know, some type of stretch goal or something like that.
Absolutely.
I don't think they would release something like that at regular retail, but yeah, it was weird. Not really weird, but they opened up the stream as far as Marvel Legends go with the news of the Stiltman Build-A-Figure wave, and I think that they did that because because it had already leaked.
Oh yeah.
I kind of feel like they would have saved this for towards the end of that presentation, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we like a day before or 2 days before, we saw. I think it was actually just the day before, we saw the in-package images of all of the figures in the wave, and we had already known what the figures were, but we hadn't seen. Well, we'll get up to them, but yeah, they showed Miles Morales here, which looks okay.
Yeah, it looks okay.
I think the unmasked head sculpt looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. It looks good for Marvel Legends for sure, but it's like unfortunately been overshadowed by a bunch of other stuff we're gonna get to today.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So I think that's part of the problem, but I do still feel like this is a fun wave and that it's gonna sell really well.
For sure.
So yeah, I think this will be one that can cross over and not just be appealing to us adult collectors. I think, you know, a lot of kids obviously enjoyed the Into the Spider-Verse movie, so I think that'll be cool. I was actually surprised at how good this Gwen looked, though. I think she looks really good.
Very on model,
I think that looks
for sure.
Very good. Yeah, you know?
Yeah, really sharp.
Articulation is obviously going to be limited on their female figures, but just her standing in that sort of static vanilla pose, she looks very good. The unmasked head sculpt looks good. And Dwight talked about how the little Spider-Ham had articulation, this great articulation in the head.
Just outstanding articulation in the head.
Hey, if American kids could keep the stuff out of their mouths, maybe we would have nicer articulation.
That swivel will blow your mind.
It's a great sculpt. Yeah, this was the one figure that we hadn't actually seen yet, and this looks very, very good. I like the design. You know, I like the movie design to begin with, but I think they did this justice here for Marvel Legends for sure.
Yeah. It's a nice nice marrying of the two styles.
No doubt. I'm wondering though if that cloak is removable, if you could pop that head off and remove the cloak, because that's the only thing you need is a nice soft goods bendy wire tape on him, and then he'll be fine.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
He's got some nice clothes.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, God.
Bless you. I already got my cloak already set up for him because I already got a purple joint
there you go.
that I already had made. So I'll use that for him.
I think this is a Moon Knight cape, in fact.
Yeah? You think so?
Like it.
Yeah, it might be. Some parts. At least that the collar around the neck part looks like it for sure. Yeah. But I love the color scheme though here, the purple and turquoise and black and blues and what have you. I think this looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I could see people casting this head too for this mask kind of look. Yeah, I could see a lot of reuse on that. And then they revealed. Well, I guess was this the first time we saw
Peter B.
B. Parker? It was, right?
So yeah, the only things we'd seen from Spider-Verse before this was the Miles and the Gwen.
Yeah,
and they'd shown us those, and they'd shown us the Stiltman, but they didn't tell us that they were part of the same.
Right, movie. we knew the figures, but we didn't actually see the designs. Yeah, correct. Okay, so yeah, I think this looks very good as well. I'm I'm interested to see what else they may use this long sort of overcoat for here. I don't think we've seen that part before, huh?
No, definitely not. I don't even know if we've seen these sleeves. These are double jointed sleeves, and usually they use like the Gambit sleeves that they have now.
Interesting.
And they haven't done like a double jointed coat sleeve like this since the old like Punisher coat, the Nick Fury arms.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this P, you had commented on the head sculpt here, which looks very spot on. I think
it really
too.
does.
I agree with you.
I think it looks like very on model.
This has to be a new figure, like completely.
Yes, I'm pretty sure in the stream he did mention that this was like all new.
Yeah,
I feel like he did definitely say that.
Miles has to be all new too.
Yes, for sure. He actually had commented on Miles' very skinny legs as well.
Yeah,
so.
and that's kind of what's throwing the Gwen off too, because the Gwen is still in the Marvel Legends art style. She wasn't this. She's almost as spindly as Miles. I feel like in the movie, right?
Yeah, she has a very like thin silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is still like the standard muscular, teen female body from Marvel.
Yeah, she's a little stacked right there though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had a very like ballerina-esque like art direction, and this is just like she's just like an Olympian right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's got a strong physique still, and not quite as thin as it was in the cartoon. Same with Prowler. Like they have to reuse parts for this. Obviously, that's what pays for the other two new figures. So this is and he's a mix of new parts as well. So the arms are obviously new, and the feet, at least from the calves down.
Yeah,
and obviously the head and maybe this new cape piece. But for the rest of this is basically exactly like the original Prowler figure.
Yeah, basically.
I think the chest, the chest is the same as kind of like cloth chest, like on the Green Goblin figure as well.
True. Which is why I brought up that it's a good like fusion of both styles, like the Marvel Legends, like very iconic style, and then the Spider-Verse for sure.
I could see them even reusing these for Shocker. I don't know.
Oh, the gauntlets?
Yeah, maybe
comic Shocker. Yeah, I mean, if they want to make a comic, it has to be all square, right? But if they want to do their new modern, that's new with the two dots over the U, of course. New modern. Or new classic, I should say. It's more like something like this, I would imagine. But Peter B is all new for sure. Completely.
Totally unrelated. But SpaceX rocket just took off. 4 astronauts will live in space for 6 months. I don't know why.
Oh, holy cow.
I just needed to.
Hey, that's big. We're here to document all the big moments as they happen.
Absolutely.
We didn't even talk about right. I feel like we were live when something big happened last week, and we didn't talk about it. It might have been even 2 weeks ago. I think it was Sean Connery. When he passed, we didn't talk about it. But that happened on the stream. And then this week we lost
Sean Connery. Who?
Alex Trebek from Jeopardy.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
That's hard.
Yeah, I saw the petitions for my man from Reading Rainbow to
LeVar
take
Burton.
over.
Yeah, LeVar Burton. That'd be awesome.
sick.
It's just funny that all the three main characters from like the old SNL pretty sketches, Celebrity Jeopardy. It was Alex Trebek, it was Burt Reynolds and Sean Connery were the big characters on that. Unfortunate.
But yeah, Peter B looks great.
There he is.
Comes with his little soda. I don't know. Fast food soda.
Here's the Dwight Stahl for scale.
I don't think that we've ever had that prop before, so that's cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, we'll get that again for sure.
Yeah, nice addition to the arsenal.
I'm down. All kinds of colors. Put some red stripes on that.
Yep, they will definitely reuse that. Again, I'm interested to see where that jacket will show up again. But yeah, this is probably the most interesting thing about this wave. Well, one of the most interesting things is that you can army build your hand ninja here and then build your stilt man as tall as you would like with every new purchase of a hand ninja. So
what a smart move.
Very interesting, although
we'll get there.
I'm not really 100% happy with the hand ninja design.
Explain.
It does look better in these images, though, the out of the package images. I don't like the sash across the front. I'm not really a fan of that. The
Yeah.
sash and the black. I just kind of wish it was all red. And yeah, I don't know. They had so many different designs to go with directly from the comic books. I don't know why they went this route. I was talking to my man Ja tonight too, and he said he doesn't know if those are double jointed elbows on a ninja either.
Yeah,
I can't
pens
really
right here.
tell.
Look.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
they can't. Well, what I'm noticing about it though, like the
I'm
design, I
wondering
don't
what it's
really.
going to look like in the lower, with the articulation and
I think Boog's cutting out a little bit. Bonjo, can you hear me?
Oh, I sure can.
Oh, Boog, I think is cutting out. What I was gonna say though is what I'm noticing about like the design. I'm not really like crazy about it either. Not because it's like from one thing or another, but just like the actual design of it looks like it's not made with the most articulation.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am noticing just from these pictures is that it looks like the way the chest is kind of like curved in here. I feel like the arms won't be able to like sit flush at the sides
Yeah.
as well as possible. But for some reason in the front, without a butterfly, I think like if he's holding a sword, I think that'll look a lot better. But
Oh
just
yeah.
by the design of it. But yeah, at the sides, it doesn't look like it's going to be able to sit that flush.
Yeah, there's just something like it looks. I don't know. It's like almost there, you know. Like
Yeah.
it's almost there, but not quite just yet. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. People, this is a great idea for an army builder. I can see people like customizing the hell out of this no matter what. So this is going to get sold. Only hope is that it's the 2 per case,
Mm-hmm.
or one of the 2 per cases.
Yeah, my bad. You guys can hear me?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we got you now.
All right,
Turn
cool.
your cam back on.
Did you want to say something about the ninja?
Yeah,
yeah.
Hand Ninja.
Hand Ninja, I'm just not. I don't know. I just kind of wish they would have picked a different look. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll just have to wait to get it in hand to really see. Oftentimes, a lot of stuff that doesn't look that great to you in images or in package, once you get it in hand, it ends up looking a lot better. And I guess we'll be able to finagle with them and kind of, I guess, kit bash or customize them to our liking. I had asked Dwight if that sash and all of that stuff could come off, and he said yes. So we'll see what happens.
Have we seen these parts before on other figures?
Yeah, according to Colossal Customs, Mr. Daniel Barajas Sr.
Whoa,
is
spice.
actually reusing parts from Baron Mordo from the Doctor Strange MCU line.
Okay, yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I'm kind of seeing that in the feet now. I don't know if these hand guards are from him
Oh
too.
man, I don't like that. Man. Yeah, I don't like that idea.
It looks like it might just be a new overlay, which is why maybe not overlay. Is it an overlay? Oh no, it's a new diaphragm. So it's probably just this is a soft piece put over the old diaphragm joint of the Baron Mordo, and then this is a new sculpted torso.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Those legs on Baron Mordo are very tough. They're very I don't know.
Difficult.
That's weird. It's not going to be the best. It's not going to be the most agile and most articulated figure.
Yeah, that's
that explains why it doesn't seem like it's from anything in particular. It's because it's its own thing using existing parts, which understandable. Yeah. For the ninja, I don't know, man.
They threw together some shit, man. They should have just went and used the bullseye buck and gave us a real complete ninja with butterfly joints and all articulation and shit we need, so we could really get some dynamic poses out of these, man. That's unfortunate.
I would imagine that they do that later. I feel like this is like one of those instances where it's like a budget balancing act, and they think not necessarily they think, but like they go into it as if they're doing us a favor. Like, yeah, you like, because like we said before, it's the army builder part of the wave. It comes with like a great like bath where you can just make your stilt man like mad tall. But there's so much new stuff in this wave. Like, I feel like if they had to cut corners on something in terms of the budget, this would be it. And then they're probably going to release like more hand ninjas with better tooling, just so we can like double dip on stuff, and we'll have like different looks, so we can kind of get like a squad going or whatever. So
they did mention Dwight did mention that they were definitely looking at doing different colors. So I don't know if that means something to the effect of what you're saying, as far as giving us something new in a different color, or just doing this shit to death. Just giving us different colors with this particular design.
Mordo is probably one of the least used bucks. I mean, what else have they ever reused that on?
That's true.
You only got the one figure.
I could see them digging, like looking at their budget and like digging deep into where they can, save money on this figure in particular to go ahead and give us something else like unique in this line, which is the next figure.
Of course.
Which is
the best figure, you mean?
God, here comes that boy. Let me tell you, son. Oh,
Lord
shit.
heckin' chunk.
Exactly.
Look
oh,
at
shit.
this
What up?
We got.
I really like this. I think it's really cool.
And this is obviously Toad from the X-Men. I don't know why they put him in a Spider-Man way. That makes no sense.
That's so funny.
What up? I love the little eyes peeking out of the mouth part.
Yeah.
That is the best part about this figure, honestly.
Truly is.
Yeah, I love this so much. This almost looks like the what is it called when the Ninja Turtles put on their costume to like do birthday parties? Cowabunga Carl.
Cowabunga Carl. Yeah. It's funny.
I saw Ty mention that he was disappointed that, those little toad marks were painted on and not kind of like sculpted, and that is unfortunate, but I mean, this is such a fun, like great, like classic throwback for Spider-Man that I'm not that mad.
Yeah. You know what? I wasn't even sure if he was being sarcastic on that post or not. Kind of like, man, I can't believe they didn't give us sculpted like bumps on the toad.
This is clearly
on the Frogman.
The Kingpin body, so they're not gonna. Same thing. I mean, they're not gonna add
Doc
new
Ock,
notches for this meme figure, and it's great because we haven't gotten Toad since Series 1 of Toy Biz, so this is a wonderful addition to everybody's Brotherhood of Evil.
I actually saw a lot of people commenting, about Toad and this and that. Man, we're gonna get Toad. Don't worry about that. They've only used this. This is only gonna.
Oh no, he's cutting out again. No.
We'll see it.
Yeah, well, we know we'll see Toad at some point. And we're gonna get to it in a sec, but they did start revealing some more stuff from like the all bad guys wave. So I don't know, could be closer than we think.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah. Oh, there's Frogman. Okay, yes, I know who this is.
Here we go.
And then here is our Build-A-Figure. Another figure without a real bottom half. I mean, Ryan Ting is laughing at us.
Yeah.
That's funny.
These are Ryan Ting. You know what I mean? This is great, though. I mean, just clever.
I like
just
this a lot, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I love the color of it, too. It's just so ridiculous. Like, in our lifetime, boys.
It really is. But I would have liked standard size legs, though. Like, like this seems to be the standard option. This tall, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like 10 inches or 11 inches or whatever that is. Like, you know what I mean? But I would have liked some standard size legs. So yeah, Fabio, you're joking, but you dead ass. That's
exactly.
Yeah, I wonder. I can't remember if this was a joke also, but I think they said that this is like the tallest Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. But I wonder if that's with the standard legs, like just, by sheer number, of course.
Or if it's just the option to make it this tall. Yeah,
exactly. So I wonder if this right here is taller than, like, let's say Giant Man or something. Probably not, but.
Nah, probably not. Not with the standard. But yeah, he when they first unveiled this on the live stream, I guess Dwight had been building his for 3 days or some shit. Because
yeah, he made one that was his size.
Yeah, it was basically like a 1-1 scale or some shit.
Yeah.
But I like this, man. This is fun. Another classic sort of street level villain. He's crossed paths with Daredevil and Spider-Man, and most recently he got murdered by Punisher. So So yeah, he's not even living anymore in the comics, as far as I know. Maybe somebody, you know how it is with villains. Other villains will pick up the
The moniker.
mantle of So maybe somebody else will don his tech or whatever the case may be. But yeah, most recently he had got murdered in the streets of New York City by Punisher.
So these are up for pre-order now on Hasbro Pulse.
Yes, they went up immediately on Hasbro Pulse, and then they fanned out to all of the other regular retailers, Big Bad Toy Store, Dorkside, and wherever else, Entertainment Earth, everywhere. So I didn't jump on this immediately, but I did jump on something else that they talked about, which we'll come to shortly.
I think right now, right?
Yes. So yeah, I never order stuff immediately on Hasbro Pulse, but I did order this. I think this looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
So brand new Thanos, classic style of Thanos. This is not the same mold as the Thanos, the comic style Thanoses that we got previously. So this is all new, apparently. Quite a few different interchangeable hands, a few different interchangeable heads. I'm really digging the scope here. If you are 80s, 90s baby, you read Infinity Gauntlet. Even if you weren't, you had to have read Infinity Gauntlet at some point. And this is one thing.
Yeah, everybody can pretty much throw out that Marvel Select classic.
This is look, man, I'm really happy with the way the figure looks.
You kind of cut out in the middle there, Boog,
yes.
but yeah, you're right.
If you want to just cut your video and just do audio only, that might help with you just cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm in a rough place this week, so that's probably why.
It happens.
Yeah, I was saying, the Marvel Select Thanos can basically get thrown in the trash now. You can keep the Lady Death that he comes packed in with, but
no doubt,
you can throw out that Thanos.
I'm actually really surprised that they didn't try to pack in a Lady Death with him in a deluxe package, and that was a missed opportunity.
Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I think they probably feel she's strong enough and has enough accessory potential to maybe be her own figure.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of doubled down on the accessories for Thanos, as we see here.
And then they'll pack them together.
A snapping finger with the big smiling head, and then we get an open gestural hand to reference Glenn Webb one more time.
Hell yeah.
And then he also comes with this King Thanos head, which apparently they're displaying it on this body here, but this is actually meant to go on the modern Thanos that we got in a wave, and then we got as a deluxe figure, if I'm not mistaken. So now if you have one of those extra modern Thanos lying around, you can use it as your modern one for what's currently going on in Marvel Comics, I think. So that's cool. I mean, I like it when they do this personally. It gives faithful collectors, loyal people a chance to, or it rewards you for being loyal, and then gives new people kind of an opportunity to get new looks out of the new figure that they just got.
Oh yeah,
I like it. It's great packaging, great art. I mean, you see this on a shelf, you'd be a fool not to buy it.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you get two to display one in package.
Mm-hmm. And in fact, I mean, it's collector friendly, and I think Ryan on the live stream even showed that the insert, as all these packaging do, comes out, but it has a nice throne kind of
cool
landscape diorama on it, basically this, but empty.
Dang.
So yeah, definitely worth keeping. Probably blends in nicely with the backdrop from the Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack that I'm sure most people hung on to.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There's the art in question, but blown up. Oh, I see what they did here. They kind of layered it. This is clever. This is a cutout and then a backdrop behind it.
Cut the check.
Boog. Are you seeing this? This is great though. I really love this picture.
It's nice. It's very, very nice. Hell yeah. What's next?
Still
this.
We go.
Yeah.
Yep, and then there's Ryan showing this. There's backdrop. Okay, here we go. Moving on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
All right, cool. Did you talk about that other unmasked, that other additional head for Thanos?
Yeah, the King Thanos. It goes on the old, on the modern style Thanos, right?
Yeah. I'm not really up because I didn't read Thanos that storyline, but apparently Dwight said, yeah, you can put it on the other kind of modern body. It's not like 100% comic accurate. Maybe you could pull up a picture. I don't know, but yeah, it was from the Thanos the End storyline.
Let me see.
I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, if you could find a pic and send it to me.
Yeah, we can move on. I'll look.
So, and then moving on, yeah, we got a little insight into the aforementioned House of X / Powers of X line that we knew that they were going to be going into. Obviously, we've seen some of these characters already. I think we've seen this Professor X, right?
Yeah, we saw Professor X. We only saw digital like scans or digital images, but we saw Professor X and we saw Magneto in the white outfit. So
Mhm.
I had already thought and predicted that they would go with some of the classic X-Men for the rest of the figures, but I didn't think that they would do it right off the bat. But apparently that's what they're doing. So we got Cyclops here from the Powers and House storyline. Again, if you haven't read that, at the very least, you should go in and read the 6 issues from Power and the 6 issues from House, because they are intertwined. Basically, you read number 1 of one, and then you read number 1 of the other one, and then at some point you read 2 in a row from one and 2 in a row from the other. But yeah, those first 12 issues, 6 and 6, phenomenal, amazing. I loved it. So you don't really need to be super well versed in X-Men lore or anything like that to know what's going on. It's a pretty self-contained story. There is a lot of layers to it, though. It's a lot of reading and thinking about it and what have you, but I think that's what makes it intriguing and fun. But yeah, so we saw Professor X.
Hickman is really good at all that.
Yes. That's Hickman at his finest for sure. But we saw Professor X and we saw Magneto, and then they revealed, I think like a couple of days before this, we saw a leak of Marvel Girl, of Jean Grey, basically. So they revealed that. We saw a leak of an actual figure. They only showed us a digital scan, but here's Wolverine in his House and Powers costume, which looks sort of like a cross between his old school brown uniform and Daken, basically. But but it looks like they're going to be using the X-Force sort of buck or setup, just with the different colored deco and a different head sculpt, basically. And so that's going to look great. This will be fine. And then Jean Grey and a sort of classic look here. The images that we saw, the leaked images, those boots look atrocious though, because it looks like dated. But yeah, I'm still excited for this. It looks like they're going to be using the base buck for maybe for Gwen Stacy from the retro Spider-Man line. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what that skirt and legs kind of look like to me.
Yeah, it depends, because I think the Gwen Stacy had straight boots, and now that these ones have the point, is that going to be articulated, or is this going to be like a straight calf with just painted boots?
That's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah, maybe the whole leg is swapped out then, if that's the case.
And then what I'm seeing here too is the heels look like there's like an actual like heel, and then this is meant to be like flesh. You know what I mean? And I think that was kind of pointed out in the leaked image too, because it looked like she had the heels from Peggy Carter, which I think have laces on them or something. It just looked weird. So we're just not sure if that's the final or if that was just obviously a prototype.
Yeah, it could have just been a leaked prototype literally from the factory or something like that. So
just parts assembled, yeah.
But yeah,
the hair was kind of getting roasted too, but I think it looks fine.
I don't know. Well, we gotta wait and see. Again, this is some digital shit. How the hell do we know? You know?
I think the Cyclops looks dope though. It's been a while since we had a modern Cyclops.
Yeah, this looks good. It's just basically Bucky Cap mold though, with some added parts. I think they may have. He said they updated something, or obviously those gauntlets are new. The belt was new, but I feel like that the chest looks a little larger though. I don't know.
Nah, it's the same chest. You can see the veins right here. This is the Bucky Cap veins right here.
True. Veins coming through.
Everything is Bucky Cap. What I've always hated about the Bucky Cap mold in general, dude, is they kept, Bucky Cap, the old boots, they had texture on them, right? And that texture continued onto the feet. When they swapped those boots out for the regular like calves, they still keep the texture on the feet, and those feet look tiny.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I broke out the actual Bucky Cap the other day to look at where we came from, and the figure was very good. It was just the head sculpt was terrible and tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little pea head. But yeah, I'm excited about these characters. So I guess that means Professor X, those 5 people that we saw on that cover are going to be part of this House of X wave, plus one more character that they showed.
And this wave is obviously meant to coincide with the Sentinel when it drops.
Yes, exactly. So they talked about Nimrod here, which I actually just did an overview of. It's on the channel. Check that out if you haven't. And then obviously we have this character here who plays a big role in the House and Power storyline. She is a little sidekick or minion of Nimrod in this story, and she is I'm getting a brain fart. What the hell's her name?
Let me see. There's no names on here.
God damn, I'm having a brain fart.
If anybody in the chat could tell us her name, that'd be fantastic. I forget.
Moira?
Oh, is that?
She's a character that technically was good in earlier X books, but in this particular storyline, she was.
So this is Moira, then, right?
No, that's not Moira. That's
Karima?
Yes, but her other name.
I'm just reading what people are saying.
Yeah, literally the first thing. Omega Sentinel?
Omega Sentinel. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, shit.
So falling in line with the Sentinel backer project and Nimrod and different types of Sentinels and Bastion and whatever, we have Omega Sentinel here, which I think was a great character for them to do. I like this design for her. She does have a more human-looking design. Again, like I said, that was in the book some years back. And shout out to Day Johnson. He had mentioned that it would be easy for them to just throw in another head sculpt and maybe like swappable arms or something like that to give her more kind of human look, because the costume was pretty much still the same here. And Dwight did mention that they were going to throw in a bunch of different little parts and what have you for her. So you probably will get to have a couple different looks for this character. So I'm happy with this for sure. Apparently they sculpted this all brand new as well. So this will be a totally new sculpt. She's kind of straight up and down though. I saw somebody else mention she doesn't have any like curves or anything like that, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm really happy. So that'll be 6 for the House and Powers wave. I don't know if there's going to be 7 or 8 characters in that wave. We still don't know the Build-A-Figure yet. They said I think a lot of us had anticipated that the Build-A-Figure may be Omega Sentinel and that all the different parts and stuff will be part of building her or whatever. But being that they already showed her, she's going to be a regular character. Not really sure how that's going to go. I don't know if this is a 6-figure wave, 7 or 8. We don't know yet. We still don't know the Build-A-Figures. So time will tell with that. We have the next big event, I guess, is Toy Fair. That's February.
Yep.
So I guess we'll see. And then moving on, they talked about the Bring on the Bad Guys wave. I had talked about this when they first revealed that they were going to do this. And if you remember back in the day, the Toy Biz Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave was actually supposed to be the Bring on the Bad Guys wave. That was supposed to be I guess it was all bad guys in that wave, wasn't it? Onslaught wave? I got to look that up. All right. So, yeah, so they had even teased back then those AIM like static figures and like a couple of different things that they have since actually went on to produce as full-on figures.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that original Toy Biz wave had a lot of these characters. It was Green Goblin, it was Abomination, Loki, Blackheart.
Yeah.
I think, oh gosh, somebody else got to remind me. But a lot of these, yeah, for sure. I had that whole wave. That was the wave that brought me back into Marvel Legends because I walked into the Rite Aid by my high school.
Hell yeah.
And they just had them all. And I bought like 2 at that point, and I had no more money, so I stashed the rest and came back later in the week.
Classic.
Yeah, really good.
Deathstrike was another wave. Lady Deathstrike.
They showed Moira for this
Lady
wave as well.
It was Lady Deathstrike in the other Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave. So it was Blackheart, it was Pyro, Green Goblin,
Pyro.
Lady Deathstrike, Loki, and Abomination to build Onslaught.
That's right.
So that may be a hint of what's going to come in this actual wave. I'm thinking that they will give us Abomination on the Gamerverse Abomination Buck, but just change the head for a more comic-looking head, because that Gamerverse Abomination is actually one of their best Build-A-Figures they've ever done.
Sure.
I think we may get a classic Red Skull.
That'd be dope.
I don't know that they would do Doom again unless they did something. I don't know what they would do to be different. I don't know. I can see. We already know that Dormammu was going to be a part of the wave in his more sort of like human kind of base form or whatever.
Yeah,
we knew that already. And I could see them doing Mephisto. I could see them doing either Mephisto or Blackheart. They've never done Mephisto in the Marvel Legends line. We've had a Marvel Select Mephisto.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Molecule Man might be a part of this wave, maybe in some form or fashion. I don't know. Either Mephisto will be the Build-A-Figure or Blackheart will be the Build-A-Figure. I'm thinking. I'm
gonna guess Mephisto because he's rumored to be the villain of Multiverse of Madness and kind of have his introduction in the WandaVision series.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Because the speculation is that one of the characters is the witch Agatha Harkness, and she's related, in some way to Mephisto. So he's kind of the overarching villain of this next kind of maybe not of the whole phase, but certainly part of it.
Okay, I could see that.
That's why I think that makes sense. And then you're right. I don't know about Doom because we just got him, once in a wave and then once as the fan first channel figure, whatever the the classic packaging, the retro packaging. Abomination, it's a good guess for Build-A-Figure is Abomination, but that I could see people being put off by that because they just bought literally an Abomination Build-A-Figure. So if they reuse that to do another new classic Abomination, I would see them doing it as like a deluxe single release figure, kind of like that Thanos. So that's why I think Mephisto makes more sense for a Build-A-Figure for this, depending how big they want to make him.
They could be throwing us off. They could just be doing some characters related to the characters that we see pictured here too.
That's
so
true.
The Mephisto could be Blackheart and so on and so forth. I don't know what other sort of Hulk villain we would have with Abomination though to swap out for Abomination. I don't know. Or maybe they'll just say, listen, we already gave you the Abomination and just pack in the head for a comic style Abomination that you can put on the Gamerverse one, and it'll be a totally different character.
Yeah,
Hulk related though,
If we could look at some of these guesses from the chat as well, people are guessing. Toad could be a part of this wave. That would be a nice addition for sure. If they are going to do a Toad.
Wizard, I could see that. Sure.
The Intelligentsia, pretty necessary, especially considering I think one of the ones that we're going to get to that is part of this wave. Atuma, which is a great Namor villain. A new Blackheart would be dope. Trevor Maguire. Wizard and Atuma could be FF retro figure, says Dan Who Review. What's up, Dan? There's a rumor that and we'll get to that with the next figure, but there is a MODOK coming, but it's not part of this. And then as far as the classic Red Skull, I will only take it if there's a giant swastika on his chest. It's the only way.
All right, we channeling Rick right now.
It just has to be real. It has to be authentic to the comic. If it is not exactly as in the comic as I grew up with it, I have to trash it online. Unfortunately,
you can forget about that. Could you imagine the outrage of a fucking action figure in the toy aisle with a giant swastika on his chest. Come on,
So good. Could you imagine the outrage in the forums if it was not on the chest?
Well, can you imagine the outrage would actually be from people trying to defend it, that it should stay on?
Exactly.
They would be the one who, it's impeding on history,
I'll tell you what. One of these customizer dudes, they have future plans for some decals or something like that.
That's true.
Yeah, could you imagine if some of these guys like outsource their decals and they put in the order and they're packing it up? They're like, yeah, what the fuck?
Every single one of them ends up on an FBI watch list.
So great.
In fact, you can get them from me. I'm not an informant. Okay, but moving into the wave itself, like you said, we've seen the Dormammu, and that's it, right? That's all we've seen.
No, there was one other that we saw. We saw Dormammu and something else from that wave. Arcade. That's what we saw.
Right. That's right. I forgot he was part of that wave. So moving into the new reveal for this wave is, we saw the AIM Trooper that was part of the Army Builder Hasbro Pulse program where you can get the $15 Army Builder. But to go with that now, you got AIM Supreme, I think his name is.
Scientist Supreme.
Scientist Supreme.
So yeah, this is. I think that a lot of people were anticipating this in that 2-pack that they had put out some time ago, but I guess that wouldn't have made sense because you don't really need to army build the Scientist Supreme. So I am glad that they held off on it, and we could already see that it's reusing some of the parts from the modern Taskmaster. It looks like. Those arms and legs, they've used those a couple of times, but it looks like the chest, the belt, the head sculpt, shoulder pads, all of that stuff is different. But he looks very good here. Again, this is digital, so, use your imagination here. But from what we can see right here, it looks very good. It looks on brand. It looks pretty comic accurate. And shout out to Dave Johnson, too. He had reminded me as well that the Scientist Supreme was integral and doing some stuff with Hyperion. So maybe we will be getting an updated Hyperion at some point. But yeah,
Black Widow right here.
Yes, I think Black Widow was. I feel like the blonde Black Widow. I think this was before this, but Black Widow had posed as the blonde Black Widow and was like infiltrating one of their things that they had going on at some point. But then I guess they actually had the real Black Widow, Yelena Belova, working with them. I don't know. You would have to ask Day, or somebody in the comments. Let us know. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm sure that the sales of the Hasbro Pulse individual AIM soldiers are gonna skyrocket now that we know we're going to get a Scientist Supreme. Everybody's going to be trying to bolster their armies, myself included. I'll probably add about 4 or 5 to my ranks. I think I got 12 right now, so maybe I'll just add another 3 for 15, or maybe 4, 16. But yeah, man, this looks good. This looks good. And then at the very end of this, they tease that we are going to be getting a MODOK, which is a surprise to nobody because we've been saying this for some time that since they showed Sugar Man, they're going to try to retool that into a modern sort of MODOK in some type of way. So, and also being that MODOK was like, I think he's like the overarching villain of the Gameverse video game. Is he?
I haven't played, but I've seen him in a lot of promo stuff for sure.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So
here's the thing, but 98% of people who originally played the game no longer play it.
Yeah,
so
that was a big headline this morning or this week.
What happened?
It's just
it sucks. And 98% of people dropped off it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that PS5 doesn't support it right now either, because they're definitely going to come out with a PS5 version that costs $70. Jeez.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's just a cash grab, It's one of those microtransaction heavy games, and the game itself isn't really fun enough to support that kind of longevity.
Yeah, a lot of
no one's gonna pay into your game if it sucks in the first place.
A lot of potential.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That's just going to be free to play within 2 years, Fabio. I promise you.
For sure. It should have been free to play to begin with, dude. They fucked up.
Should have.
I think part of the problem is that they used these sort of weird designs for the Avengers. They should have went with like comic looks or the movie looks, and I think
Yeah.
it would have drew more people in.
And even like costumes you get in the game don't reflect that. Like it's not you can buy like a if you want to play Thor and you want to get like King Thor where he's got the armor and the beard, like you don't do that. You just get the same model of Thor in a new colorway.
Yeah, but it's really bad. Like the coolest thing on there is like a
really whack.
Like a Joe Fixit like Hulk is like the coolest thing.
Honestly,
that they did on there.
It's unfortunate, and you can see how a game like Miles Morales Spider-Man is doing like way better now, just because it doesn't feel like as much of a cash grab, and it's definitely a more true to the character rather than it just being a vehicle to sell you things based on the brand, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering how big they're gonna go with this MODOK. They got some tough shoes to fill because the old Toy Biz MODOK still holds up as a very, very nice figure. So it's going to be interesting to compare the two to see how they go, what look they go with, because MODOK has a lot of different looks. I'm assuming that it'll be a more modern look for him, though, not really a classic look. So considering that we doing Scientist Supreme, and that was something a little more modern, I think. So we'll see. It's interesting. I'm thinking MODOK is going to be part of some Avengers wave, though. It's not part of the Bring on the Bad Guys stuff. I think you mentioned that already.
I'm gonna look up the model of this MODOK. If we can see it from behind, and if it matches this, then we'll know it's a Gamerverse one. If this is indeed like a rear render of the
MODOK.
No,
I don't think they're gonna go with the Gamerverse look. I highly doubt that. It's gonna.
I hope that would be a
comic look. It's gonna be a comic look for sure.
Fabio, you're so smart to think about that.
We're trying to reverse engineer things over here. You know what I mean? But yeah, that is, I believe, it for Fan First Friday Marvel Legends.
Yeah, that was everything that they revealed there, and then right now we're seeing Black Cat and J. Jonah Jameson pop up in certain places actually. So CMD store out in Canada had those early, so quite a few people early ordered from a CMD store for their J. Jonah Jameson and Black Cat. It's sold out now, by the way. But yeah, I'll actually be taking a look at those this week probably. So we want to talk about Star Wars?
Yeah, it's the last little piece of Hasbro news before we move on into other Spider-Man and Marvel related stuff. But just
I wasn't familiar with any of this shit that they revealed for Star Wars. So was Danny in the chat?
That's great because they love to clarify in the chat. By the way, a lot of people are also saying that the Avengers game was trash, dead on arrival. Schwan182 says that Square Enix lost $60 million on this game.
Wow.
And it's because it follows the live service model, like he points out, which is like a game that continuously has content for you to continue to play all the time. But if the gameplay itself sucks, if the game is not fun to play, then nobody's going to support that.
That is terrible.
Like Pancho said, if it was free, it follows like a freemium model where like, yeah, the game sucks, but at least you don't like pay $60 to play it to begin with. You just pay it, play it for free when you're bored. Cool. And then if you end up wanting to like it enough to pay something, there you go.
I could see them like really scaling it back to maybe like 3 characters, and then you just pay for the rest of the characters you want. Or like you can only play as the characters in the story mode on the story missions, and they're not available for free missions or something like that. But it is what it is. Somebody else brought up in the chat that new generation games are $70 now! ! Yeah, they are. And it fucking sucks, dude.
They got you.
I mean, we honestly rode the $60 wave for like 10 years. 2000 even more, like 14 years. 2006 is when Xbox 360 and PS3 came out. That's when it made the jump from 50 to 60. But like I'm sure like all of us can remember when like they were still using cartridges. Like Pokemon Snap was $90 in 1994. So it's really not as bad as we think it is right now. We're just so used to cheap games once CDs came around. So
one more thing for Marvel Legends we forgot to mention. I just couldn't find any pictures, but we can pull it up if someone sends me one. It's the Negative Zone Spidey on the retro card.
Yes.
Also was kind of announced or just kind of leaked out, and people are finding it in stores now.
Yeah, shout out to my man Ruckus. He found it, and shout out to Track for Alliance, that sort of group on Instagram. They have like an unboxing of it. I think I'm gonna link it on the A.C.B.A fan page when we get off of here. Their little unboxing or whatever. I told them I would. So yeah, I don't like the design of this Spider-Man at all. Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, if somebody can find a picture real quick, I couldn't really find one myself. I don't know where. Might be. I will say one more thing about Avengers games. I'm salty. I was salty to begin with this Avengers game. There was no way I was going to pick it up. I played the beta. It sucked, but I knew even before that I wasn't going to pick it up because I played Marvel Heroes when that was out, and that was like to me the perfect Marvel game. It was basically Marvel Ultimate Alliance from back in the day meets Diablo, and it was awesome. And unfortunately, that company lost the license to it, and like the game itself like shut down a few years ago.
Ooh.
But I'm still salty about that because I played it from beta to shut down, and it's the same kind of thing. It has microtransactions in it, even though the game itself is free to play. And I was at a time where I had more money than sense when it came to online games, so I was buying costumes and all kinds of dope stuff that you could in that game. But unlike the Avengers game, it was actually like different. It wasn't just a color swap. It was like if you wanted Punisher from War Journal as he appeared in the comic, you could have that.
Yeah, that game really like dove deep into like really great comic lore for sure with their new skins and their new characters and stuff. Everything felt like a real love letter to that specific arc for that character, which is really cool.
And it was that same kind of live service thing where like as like new MCU stuff was like dropping, they would incorporate it into the game. So I think the last piece of like content that dropped for it was like Thor: The Dark World or something, or or Doctor Strange, or no, it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
And then it you know what? It's even worse. It was at Thor Ragnarok. It had like the height of all the Marvel hype, and Thor Ragnarok was like hitting the box office, and like everybody loved it. And Gladiator Thor had dropped, and then like a week later, we are shutting down. Bummer. What? But you guys just dropped all this new DLC. What's up? But moving into some Star Wars real quick, the quick hits because we're not.
Pete's got a picture of that Spider-Man. If you want to just throw it on screen real quick, it's in the chat.
Here's what don't you like about this design? A little too flat, Boog?
It just looks stupid. I love how that maybe those the interchangeable hands, just the plain black kind of gloved hands, you might be able to use for some other figure or whatever, but. I mean, I want a Future Foundation Spider-Man. I don't want this crap. What is this?
Right. This is so specific. I love how he's just called Spider-Man, but then his little call out is Negative Zone Pizza.
Oh God.
Come on, bro.
So it's like a black and white cookie, but it's
shaped like a cookie, though. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Great American cookie for sure.
Black and white cookie Spider-Man, dude.
There we go.
Yeah, so there's your Spider-Man. Maybe if he had like the web lines and
nah, man, he's gotta be Negative Zone, dog.
They could keep that.
Okay, whatever. Dude,
okay, whatever.
Here's Star Wars Mando Monday.
Hell yeah, can't wait to watch this show.
I think we've seen all this. This is vintage. You haven't been watching, bro? No, still. Whatever. Here's some stuff we've seen before, and then we're gonna get into the vintage collection. We got the helmet.
The vintage Razor Crest finished up. Yeah. My bad.
Just quick hits. We're not really gonna dwell on this, but here's the Razor Crest, which of course you're gonna have to get two of now. After the fact because of what happened in this episode, you got to get a destroyed one as well. Sorry, collectors, but
Well, technically, you could. This has a lot of playability, so I mean, all of these panels and stuff come off, so you could make it look battle damaged anyway. So
that's true, yeah.
So you actually got a pretty complete piece right here.
Oh wait, Can we look at this picture one more time? This is the pizza Spidey, right? This isn't even the
Yeah,
new
that's
retro
not even
Spidey.
the new Spidey. That's why I hate it even more.
Okay. Now I get it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, this is straight up pizza Spidey. I should have guessed from the pizza.
Yeah. One last dip into the cookie jar before.
Pictures of Razor Crest. Yeah, I mean, they got to, right?
Oh, you thought we was finished with this?
Exactly.
Buckley?
Surprise, bitch! You thought you saw the last of me.
Right.
Here's what all you people who funded this paid for. You got the exclusive The Child figure with a pram. You got the exclusive 4 carbonite blocks.
Yeah, look at that. You can see it broken down right there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Part of it. I did a thing, fellas.
Uh-oh.
Did you buy this?
I did.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy!
They
All right,
got
well,
you.
you gotta get the collection now. Throw out your Black Series.
Gotcha.
They got me. Yep.
Honestly,
I knew
it'd be
it.
crazy if it single-handedly brought back the 3.75 scale game.
They got me at like 10:30. I was like half sleeping and like woke up and was like frantic and was like, do I really want this? And like I had put my wallet by the bed just in case. They got me, bro. They got me.
Yeah. It's a wonderful piece. I mean, I think this actually got more backers than the Sentinel project.
Yeah,
as well.
than anything. Yeah. This was they made a cool like 10 million or some shit real quick.
Hell yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
Then there you go. That is the. Oh wait, this is what we really wanted to talk about. Where are the pictures though? Here we go. So then moving into some Black Series 6-inch stuff, right? They're going deep into the Clone Wars. They got Asajj Ventress.
This is where we really shine.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So good.
Yeah, she wasn't Clone Wars. My boy Danny told me. So that's I do remember seeing the images of her because I still didn't watch Clone Wars or Rebels or any of those animated shows. But
this is from. Did she show up in like the CGI, the Clone Wars? Because I remember her from the 2D Clone Wars.
Who
you
knows?
asking the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm asking the chat, right? She looks cool though. I always thought it was cool that she has the 2 like curved lightsabers. You know?
Are they curved?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait a minute. You
Oh,
said
I
her
see.
name is Ventress. I thought you said like ventriloquist or something. 'Cause those lines on her mouth really look. She looked like a.
Oh no.
The #1 Star Wars podcast on the internet right here.
Of course.
All right. There we
Okay,
go.
so she was in both. Thank you,
Asajj
Jaylee. Appreciate that.
ventriloquist. Got it. Asajj ventriloquist. Got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Of course, she's a Batman villain.
Jay Lee says she was in both animated and CG.
Good. And then we also got these from the Clone Wars as well. A couple
Very
of,
nice.
I think they're called Bad Batch. A couple of like, badass troopers.
Factory.
Yeah,
Jones.
who was telling me about these? I forgot. Somebody else was schooling me on these guys too. Said they're like the equivalent of like the trooper, like Justice League or whatever. Each one of them has their own sort of special, like,
Yeah.
this guy's the sniper dude, and whatever. So that's who these guys are apparently. Who was that telling me that? I think it was Danny telling me.
Oh, must have been.
All signs point to
Yeah.
yes.
That head sculpt looks cool for that guy.
Yeah, right. He looks like he could be like. No, I guess Baron Strucker has to be bald, but that was the vibe I got
You know what? That's what we need for Marvel Legends, an updated Baron Strucker for sure.
for sure. Yeah, there you go. That's some 6-inch reveals from Black
Here we
Series.
go. Tying in Marvel Legends to our
I know.
coverage on
Of course.
It all makes sense.
Oh, I guess Asajj Ventress is a female of Darth Maul's species.
That's sick.
So that's
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Let me get a picture of her again. Yeah, she's cool. I think like my roommate has the Black Series collection in this house, so I think he would probably be down for this.
Very nice.
I don't know how I feel about that skirt or dress or whatever.
Yeah.
Piece. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
Looks like
kind of like a
something
weird
in
velour.
like Prince's wardrobe. Kinda.
This looks like a juicy jumpsuit.
A juicy jumpsuit. Hell yeah.
Little
Yo,
juicy
Jonathan,
massage.
real quick, Jonathan Santiago donated $5. Shout out to y'all. Legit the best part about Sunday. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan Santiago. Look, we forgot to tell him at the top that we got super chats open now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the shit, man. I'm sorry. You know what? In the future, we want to actually get focused and open up the super chat so we can use those donations to upgrade all of our mics and all of that stuff. So that's the plan. You know, obviously we not like hard pressed to be like begging and shit, but we kind of are. So, so in the future, that's the plan. But yeah, anything that you donate is going to go towards us just making the show better for sure. So
Hell yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the move.
Upgrading productions. We're gonna try to get that's a soundboard back and really
we want to get the soundboard. We want to get we want to get some real quirky like funny shit going here. So that's the
helps
plan.
with guests as well. We're gonna get some guests on here, and it's gonna be really legit stuff. So shout out again to Jonathan Santiago. I think the rule is gonna be that if you want to super chat something in, it's if you want to add to the conversation, you want to make sure that we see it like as quickly as possible. Like you have a pressing point. And that would be perfect, pertinent to what we're talking about. Like, do it through the super chat, no matter what donation amount you want to do, so that we can see it and pop you into the conversation ASAP. That's the rule. Every super chat will get read on the air. That is 100%.
Yeah, and even if you guys want to ask us questions that are not necessarily toy related or like some stuff, as long as it's not like super personal or too personal, then so
what's your body wash
we're not gonna
brand?
dox ourselves, but if you want to shout out like a question of the week or something, like go for it. If you want something if you want to ask us something that we can either stew on for next week and discuss in depth, or if you want to just give us something to think about in that moment, definitely consider that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that is some Hasbro talk. We're gonna move into some other pretty big reveals from the Marvel front as well. And one thing that got everybody talking this week, out of nowhere, is the Sentinel SV action Miles Morales from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
This is out of nowhere. And we mentioned it earlier when we were talking about the Marvel Legends Miles Morales. This is one of those things that came out where it just completely overshadowed anything with that other Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was no mistake.
It really just seems like there's a big marketing push for Into the Spider-Verse. Like I don't know, obviously with the hype of the new video game that just came out and PS5 hitting, Miles Morales fever is probably as high as it was since this movie originally came out. So
it's wild that the movie came out so long ago too. That's the wild thing.
It's interesting. I was looking at like some sort of like behind the scenes like marketing thing for figure production, and this guy was saying that a lot of figures, the production time on figures is usually 2 years from concept to a point where they can show stuff like this. In a lot of cases, of course, there are like more pressing cases, like what we talked about last week with like Infinity War and Endgame and stuff like that, where it's like very sped up. But like 2 years seems to be a pretty good average for turnaround time, and it lines up perfectly. Like around the time Spider-Verse came out and it started like getting all those accolades, and everybody realized that this was going to be a property that would like just blow up. It just makes perfect sense for them to be out. For this to be showing up now with stuff like this. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, man, this thing looks so good.
It looks very good. It looks a lot better than the Mafex version. That's been the real talk because
I was about to say 796 Studios is saying that the Sentinel here makes him want to cancel the Mafex pre-order, and that's like the thought right now.
Yeah, so that's crossed everybody's mind that looked at this like, I can't really afford to be getting two import versions of this figure. Like, it's got to be one or the other. So I got to pick whatever one's going to be the better bang for my buck, and whatever one's going to be better in general. Mm-hmm. And I think that the soft goods on the Mafex version looks bad.
Just in time to talk about these import Spider-Mans. It's Rick Dom.
What's up, Rick?
Man, how does this happen these past 2 weeks in a row? Oh my
God. Until you're waiting for your moment to strike.
I'm a particular girl, Fabio. You figured me out. I want it my way or no way, Jose.
That's right. So Rick, what's your thoughts on this Sentinel, and why is it better than the Mafex?
I'll tell you this: it's definitely going to be more articulated than any other Miles. I don't know, man. I think I said earlier in a post by Dallas, I think of Plastic and Paint, that I think the perfect Miles is just going to be like an amalgamation. And I mean, it sucks to say that, but yeah, you know, I just think that putting them together is what's going to make them better. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it's not cloth, personally.
Whoa.
Really?
I don't know. But you know what's interesting is I don't know if you guys noticed in the picture, it kind of looks like his drawstrings on his jacket might be articulated. Dude, if that's the case, I don't know. It might win just on that alone. That's so sick if that's the case.
I think it might be just ball jointed at the base of them. I'll zoom in a sec to
yeah, I
see
think that's
it.
what Rick is saying, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. It looks like they're ball jointed at the base.
Mm-hmm.
I love the spray can hand, the cell phone hand, all of that. You know what? The apprehension, I think, with some people is this particular picture. It looks like none of the hands have a hinge. It looks like the hands just pop in. I don't know that to be true. They could just be on a little tiny little small ball joint the way, but I can't really tell. And that would be kind of a deal.
Yeah, that would suck.
yo, you know that Mafex Jordan is gonna pay off because he has the fucking Jordans that the Miles aren't. None of the Miles have them. They're just like generic. They look like generic Walmart Jordans. You know? Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. So if you have the Mafex Jordan, you're in fucking business.
Hell yeah.
You're about to make Miles look accurate as shit.
Yeah, no doubt, because there is no. Most of the Mafex figures, their feet can pop off at that ankle joint, especially the Spider-Man figures, because that's normally how they make them anyway. So yeah.
And the Miles, that's one of the Mafex Miles. That's one of his features because you pop on the sneakers and the regular Spider-Man feet.
Right. So yeah. So I'm thinking that the ones may look a little big though, but you still might be able to finesse it. So that may actually that alone, just having the official ones for the figure is that's the crowning achievement, really. Like, I mean,
they look big. No matter, even his own sneakers look big. Look at this.
Yeah, they do.
It kind of sucks that they didn't figure out that license because they already had it before, so it could have worked out. I'm sure in some way it could have.
Honestly, I think Nike is losing a lot of money on this, and maybe people just didn't want to pay Nike for it. But even the new Miles Morales game, Nike, I think, has lost the official license on that, and now it's Adidas stepping in, and Adidas has the official sneaker of Miles Morales.
Well, you know, it makes you wonder if the license for the game and the license for the movie are just completely different.
Oh, for sure, yeah, they must be. But you know, Adidas was like, oh, there's a new Miles Morales thing. We got to be the sneaker company, you know, in on this because look how the even Nike when Into the Spider-Verse was first coming out, they did the origin story Air Jordan 1, which had like the little Spider-Man pattern on it, and it was like the OG Chicago colorway with a blue tongue and a couple of different things.
The tongue isn't blue. There's like a little tab on the top that's blue. The sole is blue.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like see-through, right? Like a see-through blue.
Yeah, it's like a see-through blue. I actually bought that shoe in every size category. I bought it in men's. I got it in men's, in kids, in little kids, and in toddler.
Yeah. Wait, you have any 10.5s in men's by any chance?
No, the size I got was a size 9. And I made a good investment, man. Those kid-size ones, they go for like $200 to $300 a piece. I made a good investment. Yeah, because every kid wants to have Miles of shoes.
Exactly, and it's really tough to get like an original Chicago colorway. So this was like a good alternative.
Yeah, they haven't released since like 2015, I think so.
Yeah, I tried to get in on that. I missed that raffle. I have a picture on my Instagram of saying, "Oh, you missed it." Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you! Didn't get them. Fuck you.
So I guess the big thing between these two figures, obviously, is one is soft goods and one has regular plastic pieces for the clothing. So I guess this is really going to divide the fan base in terms of, well, I don't like soft goods anyway, so this is perfect. Or, no, I prefer soft goods on the figures, so I think I'm going to stick with the Mafex. And like Boog said, the ability to swap the sneakers.
Look
Yeah.
how slender that guy looks, though, man. Jeez.
Here's the same pose. I wonder if I can just put these side by side. Hang on.
Don't be treating us to no extracurricular images.
Not today. I got it figured out.
Put on the twerk off.
Put on the twerk off.
Put on the International 2020 twerk off.
Yeah, when this image first came up, I know Rick and I were out there like reminding everybody just how great Sentinel is at making figures, and I think like it's a case where like, Sentinel is like, their articulation is very good. Like if you have like their 4-inch series for Mega Man, like for how small those figures are, like their joints are super, super great. They have great movement, great range, and everything like that. And they're very sturdy. Like I never really have to worry about breaking my 4-inch Mega Man stuff. Maybe like the Roll, which is like a very thin character. And then maybe like the Mega Man Volnut. But like, it's just really nice to see a brand a company that you really, because everybody talks about like Mafex's like QC issues, and they're kind of worried about like pegs breaking and whatnot, but like Sentinel, I generally don't have to worry. And I think with Sentinel, because they're such like they always like take on these really cool projects, like they do like X-Force Mega Man, and they do like all those like pre-transformed Transformers sometimes and stuff. I think it was really interesting that they like looked past soft goods, kind of as if they were saying like, yeah, we realize that soft goods is kind of like the new wave for like the last like 5 years or so, and like a lot of people are doing soft goods now, but like lest you forget who we are. Basically, like if you want to see how to really make a really good looking figure that's wearing cloth and stuff like that, made out of like high quality PVC plastic and ABS plastic, like, look no further. This is how we're gonna do it, and it's gonna look as good as a soft goods, and you're not even gonna think about a soft goods figure anymore. So
yeah, it's funny. I was telling people, man, I was like, if you want articulation, I highly doubt Mafex is gonna do better than this.
Oh yeah,
whether you like the classic Sentinel's just on a different level.
absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like Sentinel coming in so late on this has really given them the advantage, because I do think that theirs is more accurate. Just looking at these side by side, it's the same pose, but
when they first showed this, I thought it was a render from the movie.
Right?
Like I thought it was just like the cover art, and then they're like, take a look at the figure.
It's just small little details that make it seem a little more accurate, or like more time was taken into it. Like even though the shoes aren't, Nike, there's no swoosh. The sole of it is actually a legit Air Jordan 1 sole, whereas the Mafex is just generic, like as generic as sneakers could be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean the soft goods are great. I personally am a soft goods, patriot. I'm out here on the streets waving the soft goods flag, which is also made of soft goods, of course. And I'm like, yeah, I want the Mafex because of the soft goods, but if I'm looking at the figure, if you just want the Miles just as it is, as Spider-Man, no jacket, no sneakers, I still think the Sentinel looks like the better figure.
Oh yeah, it's more on model.
The joints look a little neater. Yeah, the proportions are more in line with the animation. I feel like you can do more stuff from the animation with this one over the Mafex. I mean, you could probably get the same amount of poses and everything. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, just something about the accuracy of this one. It seems more in line with the animation rather than like Mafex.
Yeah.
Are you screen sharing? I can't see any.
Yeah. Oh, you got to click into a new one. I switched it up because I'm doing my screen instead of my window, so you can see both together.
Yeah, like Boog mentioned earlier, like if you go to the Sentinel and you go to the picture with all the accessories and stuff, like you can just tell specifically for just like his hands, especially with the spray paint pan, like the spray paint can hand that Boog pointed out earlier. It looks so on model to what his hands and his fingers look like. I always bug out whenever anything Spider-Man, when they really they really make note of like that last joint in your finger, like how that bends on its own. Like that's very Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like especially when in like even in the MCU, whenever Spider-Man was like talking on his comms in Civil War, his fingers did that on his comms, and I was like, oh shit, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. But like it's
This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
But like this Sentinel, it's just like it feels like it's pulled right out of the movie, whereas this Mafex is just Mafex's version of this Miles. Like they did a really great job of getting it as on model as they could, but it still has that Mafex DNA in it for sure. Whereas this Sentinel is just like, it's straight up a Miles Morales from the movie.
Yeah, and Hater Herder, that's exactly what he's calling out. He says the fingers on the Sentinel look weird. That's what
it's
it
about.
Is.
It's got to look weird. This guy's bitten by a fucking spider. He's weird. So I don't know.
I mean, agility where you wouldn't even believe, man. Come on.
Exactly.
What is this? This is like the figure war of 2020, or I guess 2021 when these come out, right? But like, what was the comparison that like? What was this figure last year? What was the figure that two companies did at the exact same time last year? It was probably another Spider-Man.
Yeah, probably.
Could have been like
Endgame
the one with the legs and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Iron Spider, Mafex, Iron Spider, and
Iron Spider.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they seem.
All right. Well, that's Sentinel.
I think the Mafex one is supposed to come out in December. We'll see if that happens or not. But
that shit was supposed to come out in March.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in March, but because of fucking COVID, everything was destroyed. They went back to formula on that one.
Back to formula?
Formula?
You know how much I've sacrificed?
Always a pleasure to have our board of directors pay us a visit.
You know, I'm quite the scientist myself.
So good.
I think we need to make an A.C.B.A. podcast memes page.
Oh yeah,
just
for sure.
Just excerpts of dumb shit we say, but put to meme. But
So
yeah, that's the Sentinel Miles, which I think is cool.
Hell yeah. Big Tasty in chat asks what's with the mallet? That's Spider-Ham's mallet from the movie.
Yeah.
Pretty cool that they put that in. That's really great. Oh, Timothy
that's another
Perez
thing where
said it too.
It's more stuff from the movie that feels like took more time because, you know, there's more time has passed since the movie, so there's more time to like really get it right.
You know, I wanted to ask before we moved off of the topic, what did you guys think of the Miles head sculpt? A lot of people didn't like it.
On the Sentinel?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
I would say it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look as on model as the rest of the figure. I would say in that sense, Mafex has edged out Sentinel in terms of head sculpt. And likeness. Okay. I think he looks like really young.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree on that front.
I think his face right here, the way it grows into his head, it looks like this is pre-spider bite Miles before he has like that growth spurt.
Yeah.
He just his like features are too big on his head. He looks like a toddler almost. But yeah, I guess that's it for Sentinel.
Though, hello. Yeah, how tall is 130 millimeters though?
130 millimeters? Let's find out.
Isn't that like 5.7 or 5.6 inches?
5.11, my man.
I undersold it, man.
So he's pretty tall. Yeah. He's pretty tall, yeah.
Hey, by Price is Right rules, I win.
So Sentinel, I think their Iron Man was a 7-inch scale figure, right?
Yeah, the reimagined one, isn't it?
The Sentinel re-edit.
Re-edit, that's what it was called, yeah.
Re-edit.
I think that stuff is pretty big. Figure. It was definitely big. It looked big in Avengers, Marvel Legends displays, but it was a good figure. People live and die by that figure. I think Black Lantern, Seth Fuller, he has some really good shots with that figure.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, moving on because we're not quite done talking about Miles. There's and this might be the best Spider-Man figure of all time, let alone Miles Morales.
This looks crazy, man.
Hot Toys coming in, doing some figures from the new video game for PlayStation 5, or wow.
That's it.
Just wow.
Fucking Spider Cat.
Yeah, Spider
Bad
Cat.
fellas. We got a tornado warning over here. This fucking rain and wind just came out of nowhere
What
right
the
now.
hell?
Oh dang,
Stay safe.
that's what's going on with your internet.
Yeah. I had to go close my windows and shit.
Uh-oh.
He was gonna have a real Aunt May moment. Deliver us!
God. Finish it!
Finish it!
Yeah, this Miles looks unbelievable. Yes, sleep. Oh shit.
So Miles Morales Spider-Man from Hot Toys though.
It's so great because they're pulling from all like really great properties. Like where he has like the scarf and the beanie and stuff is like straight up like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 2. It's so good.
And it reminds me of the Hot Toy that they did before with the beanie and the vest and shit.
Exactly. I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, look, yeah, you have a little Spider-Man Hot Toys collection, right? What do you
I
think?
do.
Is this good enough to make it? Is this going to be your Miles Morales?
Absolutely.
Hello?
Okay, all right.
Absolutely, my friend. I missed out on the Advanced Suit Spidey for the game, for Hot Toys, so this is my redemption.
Yo, this guy here, yeah.
It looks so good, man. It just looks so clean. The only thing that I don't like is just maybe the material that it uses. Like people are always so afraid to pose him and shit like that. It just for the fact that like the creases will be permanent and stuff. But like, yeah, whatever, man. It's a Spider-Man figure.
Yeah. Honestly, these creases look really natural on it. Like, this could be the best material they've done.
It's nice. The only thing is, like, if you leave it in that pose for a while, when you unpose it, the material doesn't... It takes a while to stretch back or, like,
for sure,
heal itself or whatever have you. But this is great, man. Spider-Cat alone in the back is so good.
Honestly.
So great. Haven't you guys been playing this or no?
Not I.
Dang.
Not I.
Oh, but you ain't
I
played the
don't
first
know.
one.
I mean, look at this. This suit is just so over designed. Look at all these little tech lines and all these little textures and all this reflective shiny material. It's bullshit. I hate when they do this with costume design. I just want straight up pajama suit, okay? No texture, no details, all flat. It needs to be screen printed on basically like this t-shirt. Otherwise, it's just not the character I grew up with.
Been holding that in for a while.
You're making a joke, but I don't even.
He agrees with you.
I actually kind of agree with that.
Oh no! I mean, like right here when it's standing up and down. I mean, it looks fine.
I love it. When it's like subtle like this and thin, and like it's a very close like black on black. I call it black velvet on black velvet personally. And
yeah.
What is that velvet?
I think it works really well, and this looks so good, dude. I can't wait. Like it.
Yeah, the only thing it's really missing is an unmasked head.
For sure. So good.
Where's the? I'm looking for the whole accessory spread. There we go.
Quite nice.
Yeah, so these are interchangeable eyes.
Yeah, very similar to like Iron Spider and like modern Spider-Man Hot Toys stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know Poncho Cop and Boog. Is this gonna make it into your small Hot Toys collection?
I thought about it. I talked about it very briefly when the Sentinel mouse images dropped, because this dropped the same exact day basically. So I thought about it. I don't know. I love the accessories, the scarf and the Spider Cat and all of that stuff. So and it is Spider-Man. That is like my one thing. If it's Spider-Man related or Black Panther or something like that, then I may venture into it for Hot Toys. So it's possible. I snoozed on the classic Spider-Man though, so I kind of like, I don't know. I feel kind of obligated to maybe get this one.
The classic Spider-Man, as in like the one from the game, or the?
Yeah, it was from the game, but it was the classic costume, right?
Oh well, right, that one was a little different because it had like the new Spider on it.
Okay.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. The one that they showed at a con
Not this one.
Yes.
And like that one hasn't been revealed yet, and that's what I'm waiting for sure. Like
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
traditional Spider-Man, the one that you don't have to worry about the one you missed out on because that had like a funny like metallic sheen over the entire suit and stuff. It's supposed to be like his like newest like advanced suit with like nanotech and stuff in it and all that nonsense that you don't really need.
Okay. All right. Yeah. When they come with the classic, straight up classic, it's a wrap. I gotta get that.
Oh, of course. That's it. So that's it for Hot Toys.
That is it for Hot Toys.
Next up is
and Spider-Man, Marvel stuff in general.
Yeah.
We did it. We made it through.
We only got two things left. We got Mythic Legions and Mondo, and then we're gonna get into October stuff too.
We can get into Mythic Legion, into Mondo actually real quick, because that's really just one thing, and it's also Marvel.
Yeah.
And it's also 1/6.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Whoa.
Hey, we're on track.
Look at this plan in the beginning. You didn't just witness us figuring that out. So this is really the only thing from Mondo's, courtesy of our friends at the Toy Migos, of course. Here we have, this is really the only picture. It's just a work in progress reveal of the X-Men animated series Wolverine 1/6 scale figure. What
Incredible.
What think?
Think good? Think bad? Oh god, I lost it. There we go.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Comes with a morph head, comes with a mean, growling expression, neutral face, unmasked face. He comes with the effect that he does in like the opening intro with the claws, a turkey leg, and most hilariously of all, a picture frame hand, so you can do the meme.
So good.
Hell yeah, the picture frame hand. That's
with
like the
a
sickest.
caressing hand.
That's so sick.
So good. Yeah, he has the two gripping hands for that. I mean, this is just cool. And, Mondo has been doing a really good job with the 1/6 scale line. I think their Batman animated series line is going pretty well. And then before that, they also did, Ninja Turtles in 1/6 scale and Masters of the Universe. And those are more like original interpretation, in-house Mondo designs, whereas these are like straight up out of the animated series.
Yeah, these are on model, basically.
I mean, how do you how does one avoid getting this? Because it looks pretty amazing, and I think I don't know if I don't know. It's really tempting. Obviously, a part of you wants it to be like 6-inch in a lot of ways, but I don't know. There's something to be said about just having like a cool animated series display. Because this is everybody's like childhood Wolverine essentially.
Yeah, it's really funny. I remember when they did the Batman the animated 1/6 figures. I thought the same thing. Like, God, how do I hold back? And with these ones, man, I don't think I can hold back.
They also teased the Magneto, so it's already you've got a villain right there. So that's something you can pair him with.
That's so sick.
I'm wondering how the design of these, or how the build of these will be, because I got to handle the Mondo Batman the animated series figures or whatever, and they were pretty good. But I'm wondering, because the Batman the animated series look is so unique, I'm wondering if they're going to. I'm just wondering how these are going to differ. I don't know. I mean, they photograph really nicely, though. Obviously, our boy Brandon has been taking some wonderful pictures with the Batman stuff. So I could definitely see him getting into this stuff too. Plus, he has a relationship with them anyway, so they'll probably send some of these his way for promo shots anyway. So
yeah, that Mr. Freeze looked incredible.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze was nice. That's probably the best figure that they put out so far from that series, from that property.
I could see Brandon doing another, animated series style of photography with these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Trading cards, all that stuff,
It's just you gotta really be about your business to shoot the 1/6 stuff, because it's so much more daunting to get like props and accessories and stuff, in that scale,
That's right. But that's really it. It's just this one render picture, work in progress. We'll probably find out more about this closer to Toy Fair in February, which is doesn't seem like it's that far away anymore. It seems like we're closer to the past one than we are to the upcoming one, given how
I
this
know,
day.
right? We in some type of crazy time warp. That's for sure.
Right. So now we can get into not Marvel Legends ML, but Mythic Legions ML. Hello. So Mythic Legions had their Legions Con this past weekend, and a bunch of new reveals. We did, I think, show some stuff that they'd shown at a toy show a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
This was the only thing that had been revealed from this new wave, and that was this bat dude, this vampire bat
character.
named Boog.
Bat dude.
Bat dude, you know,
Batman's
a man bat
lazy
from
cousin.
Man, bat.
I mean, this is cool. This is
It's
I
crazy.
love the wing, the tears on him and everything. It's crazy. Yeah. So that was the first figure revealed originally, and then at Mythic Legions Con we got the Vampire Brute,
Hell yeah.
Decebalus.
I can't see any of this stuff. I don't know what's going on. I might have to go
No?
out and come back in.
Are you on? Are you clicking into the screen share?
Yeah, I clicked it.
Yeah, he has to leave and come back. That's what happens with me sometimes when I can't see it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll do that.
So this is on that giant body. Like this is the larger Mythic Legions figure, not the like the ogres, but these are the giants.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another giant vampire brute. I love the soft goods on this, where he's got like a tunic.
Yeah.
Looks sick. Another reveal. We got Lord Bardrick, kind of like an elf ranger lord guy. Looks pretty dope. Looks like a
Elf
ranger
rangers.
knight. Looks like a ranger knight from Dungeons and Dragons, because he's got like heavy armor mixed in with his light armor. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like this. Boog, are you into this fantasy stuff at all? Only if as
I'm into the stuff that can be co-opted. You know, like obviously anything vampire related, then we could utilize that with our blade and whatever. So yeah, if I could mix it in with other properties, then I'm with it. The only stuff that I have from Mythic Legions right now is the little goblin dudes or whatever.
Oh yeah, those are great.
And those are freaking awesome.
I have like 4 of those somewhere in a box that I get.
Yeah.
So I just accidentally like put
I was
away.
like, you don't realize how like quality these figures are until you
They're so
actually
good.
get them in hand. Like these are like this is like probably one of the most slept on lines that's not really slept on, that a lot of people still do buy. But like, this is like one of the best independent toy lines. This shit is rivaling anything. Like it's just the only issue is that they're not like known characters. It's just their own kind of thing. Like if if this quality was being utilized on properties that we know, this would be shitting on everything, honestly.
For sure, yeah. They honestly should have gotten 4 Horsemen
I mean,
D&D line for Hasbro.
You know, it's
Oh shit.
yeah, you know, it's
Rick, you're coming in like a robot. Rick, you're coming in like a robot. Okay, there we go.
So good. Well, Rick will be
Here's
rebooting
the thing with
soon.
Legions, dude, is like the people who like collect Mythic Legions are like all about Mythic Legions. Like that's almost only the like you are with Legends, and people they base their collections around Mythic Legions, and they buy other things that can be co-opted into Mythic Legions. The opposite of you. So
shout out to Greg
it's
C.
definitely slept on as far as like the collector at large, but the people who know about this dude, like this is all they do. They go so hard on this for customs, because that's another big part of it. Is almost like, remember, Articulated Icons, one of their big features was all the interchangeability. Mythic Legions was really the forerunner of that. This whole line is meant to be army built and kit bashed to death.
Am I still a robot?
No, you're good.
You're good now.
Okay, I was gonna say, when they started doing this Mythic Legion stuff, the first thing I thought, and I know that Punker Mike probably thought the same thing, was, man, I wish this was the American company that was given the Berserk license.
Oh shit.
Because in Berserk, they all wear the armor like this, and it would just be so sick to have an American company do that line. It would be them if I wanted it to be anyone. And if anybody knows me, you know that I'm fucking obsessed with Berserk. So.
Yeah, the only downside on this line, and it kind of makes sense given this, the art style and the sculpting of it, is like the articulation's not 100% the greatest. However, all the joints that you do get, they don't feel stiff at all. They're actually very fluid and they hold their poses really well. So they make really good use of the articulation they have. It's just not like the greatest super articulated line of all time, but it's like
more
dudes
than
in armor,
more than not, you'll be surprised at how like agile these guys are. Like those goblins, especially those goblins, like I was getting them into like deep crunches that I didn't even think was possible.
Yeah, and you know, they have the female bodies too, or like the more slender bodies. Those move a lot better.
You know what this figure reminds me of right here? Skeletor from the live action He-Man.
Yeah, for sure. What's funny is that they actually have a Skeletor in this line. You know, he's like a homage skeleton dude. I could see people putting that kind of yellow skull inside here. It would look sick.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys said this. I had stepped away for a brief moment, but that's another thing that's so appealing and so cool about this line is the ability for you to like kit bash within the line, like doing a lot of like swaps and like part swaps and head swaps and like it's like it's almost endless possibilities for you to kind of mix and match and kind of do your own thing with these figures too, man.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
That's a really
amazing.
good point.
Hell yeah.
And then that was this was the fourth reveal, Valak. And then moving on, number 5, Artemis. Kind of like an elf ranger lady, pretty cool.
Nice.
I like I love the hair, man. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Maybe that's how you
those
get your
braids
kicks.
are pretty cool.
Right, yeah, and they're incorporating more soft goods into the line as well. Earlier figures didn't really have quite as much, but a lot of them do now, which is cool. And then here is another figure that they're doing like on the horse body, which has already been up for pre-order. They're doing a moose.
Just in time for Christmas.
Is this a shout out to frickin' Frozen?
I hope so, dude.
I'm wondering. I looked at this moose and I was like, "Damn, that'd be a nice, like, you know, just like, background piece or whatever the case may be." Because I mean, like, who really rides a moose? But I was wondering if these the saddle and all of that stuff would come off, man.
It's Canadian.
Nah, it doesn't look like it.
You could put Wolverine on that thing there, bud.
Yeah. Put the Santa Trooper on there from Star Wars.
Wolverine on him and put a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Fabio, you beautiful son of a gun.
And look, they're doing like goat people now too. This is so crazy.
Oh, they're really the goat for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, they have all kinds of bodies, and it's crazy how interchangeable all of it is. Like Boog said, it's like, you know, they got the dwarf body, they got the elf body, they got the male, you know, human body, they got the orcs and the giants, and like it's crazy. The goblins, of course. You know, God, so many options with this line. And here is Baron Voligar II. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God.
This looks great, man.
The reality of this. Look at this. He's got like some H.R. Giger like designs in his armor. It's crazy.
That looks nuts. That looks so like interesting and so just like cool on its own. Again, like, you know, like even if you're not invested in any of this shit, just the like as a collector and as somebody who just appreciates art. You know, all of these little miniature sculptures that we're buying all the time. Like, this is art right here. You know, this is very, very interesting, man. Very interesting.
I mean, you could get this dude, sit him on a throne, get a couple of these guys to go with him, this guy behind him, get this dude as his right-hand man. That is your king's court of evil vampire villains for your blade.
Word up.
Yeah, and if you go back up to the Vampire Brute, it actually says soft goods are by CJism.
That's right. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. CJ is partnered with Four Horsemen doing all the soft goods for their lines. So Four Horsemen also did, you know,
that's right. I think we had
for the longest time, and they did soft goods.
I think we had mentioned that a bit back when they first or when he first announced that he had started working with them or whatever. So yeah, that's another big venture for him because he had did the soft goods for what was that other thing?
Disney
Disney characters.
It It was Super 7.
Super 7, yes. And also shout out to Trevor, to 1-6 shooter, because he is going to be shooting a lot of their promo stuff for them too. So
Hell yeah.
two people from the community that are working directly with the toy company, basically. So that's pretty cool.
Doing big
Yeah,
things.
it seems like CJ's partnered directly with Four Horsemen too, because Four Horsemen also works on the Super 7 lines.
Okay.
Masters of the Universe Classics back when it was for Mattel, and then into
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
and then they're doing the soft goods for Thundercats Classic, which is also Four Horsemen, and the Disney stuff, which is Four Horsemen. So, yeah, this is cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's real cool, man.
One more reveal here. Combination horse and human person, a centaur.
Combination horse and human. What a way to say it.
Of course.
Isn't that a Sagittarius?
It is. This is the KFC Taco Bell of the Mythic Legion line.
Stupid. My jaw kind of dropped when I saw this, man. This is amazing, man.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Yeah.
Huge. A heckin' chonker.
You got a dunk.
Oh yeah. And then here is
He's
Ilithia
got
and
an absolute
Opus.
dump
This
truck.
is the namesake of the line of the wave right here. This is Mythic Legion's Ilithia, and this is Ilithia herself.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this is probably why they pushed back the other like regular like chestnut horse that we were gonna get from them.
Yeah.
I guess so they could like introduce all these other things or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, they're gonna get their use out of their base buck for the horse, including adding a man's torso where the neck should be.
Right? I mean, it looks like it's the same joint. It's really brilliant. I mean, it's just you pop the head off and then you put a torso on. It's brilliant.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're able to do that yourself, though. Again, because of all of the playability and customization with these, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you could just pop the head off and like swap the brown man torso onto the black horse if you wanted to and shit. You know,
There's probably an adapter piece right here that goes in place of the neck, and then this is the ball joint for the rest of the torso. So really, if you wanted to, you can make other Minotaurs out of this. Just pop this torso off, and then pop new dudes on here, and you got your own, Minotaur army or a Centaur army.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty freaking nuts, man.
I think they have Minotaurs in this line too, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, Mythic Legions is doing the damn thing, man. Got to give it up to them. I have the regular like non-demonized horse on pre-order, but that shit had got pushed back to like the end of the year or something like that. So I will definitely be copping a couple of the horses though, for sure.
Dude, this is crazy. Look at this is like an extra back piece where you plug in these new arms and stuff. But look at all the dope stuff that's on it. She's got like swords. She's got like scales of justice and like all kinds of dope stuff.
Yeah, you can't really scoff at the prices for this stuff either. Because I mean, the individual figures, some of the smaller ones seem like they're like up there in price or whatever, like sort of almost import prices or whatever. But like honestly, what you get and the quality and the ability for you to like do so much when you have more of their figures is well worth it.
Absolutely.
That is asking if the torso articulates. The torso, it's a really weird ab crunch in that it like is way more effective than you're expecting because it's a solid torso. There's not like a cut at the abs or anything, but the ball joint is cut away so deep to the point where the waist crunch or the waist rotation is also the ab crunch, so you can bend that forward almost 45 degrees. Pretty crazy. You could do a demonized Minotaur or Centaur out of this too. Just pop, same thing, adapter piece, pop, the neck off of this, and maybe even add this guy on top of it.
Could you imagine?
I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. Dude. So this was all part of Mythic Legions Con, which was this past weekend. Rick, you're cutting in again.
Typical Fabio, dude. I'm a centaur.
What? I can't hear him. What, Rick? You're gonna have to repeat yourself.
Where's Rick been? He been driving?
It was the fact that I was wearing a face mask. Yeah, now I'm not driving.
Yeah, he sounds toasted, dude. But like, I know it's just the call quality. Rick's in a dead zone right now. You should have gotten.
Yeah, for sure.
Should have gone with AT&T, buddy. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Mythic Legions Con, it's dope. They dropped all kinds of really cool stuff. It's up for pre-order now on storehorseman.com.
Hell yeah.
And
what a great
it's
name.
all for pre-order, which is kind of unprecedented because most of the time Mythic Legions is just like a straight up like once and it's gone pre-order. This looks like it's an open pre-order. So here's another company kind of following that same model of like, yeah, if you just leave this stuff open as long as you can, like the people who really want it will want it, and it's a good deterrent.
Dang, that Baron Volgar is only $35. That's insane.
That's the thing, is these are actually really reasonably priced when you get them at drop. Of course. Like aftermarket on this stuff is ridiculous because people want like one specific piece out of one figure, and it'll shoot the value up of a lot of them.
Who's the Moose supposed to be for though? Like who is his rider?
I think it's for these guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're all part of like a clan together, you know.
Got it. Okay.
The vegetarians.
So
exactly. The Moose doesn't have beef with the Centaur.
I guess not. That's his homie, and he's like, man, one day I'm gonna get a human torso.
Yeah. Do you think Cats asked the Centaur for a ride? Like, hey man, you know, we're kind of short on moose right now.
There's probably an etiquette to it, yeah.
Man, that's probably below them and shit.
Yeah.
That's probably like an insult to them. Like,
Could be.
You can't ride.
What do you think? You think they hold on to the waist or the shoulders? I don't know.
I'd hold on to the waist.
Yeah. Yeah, the shoulder's a bit demeaning.
His arms got to be free, so you can
right. Yeah, so we're finishing up this wave real quick. There's also for pre-order just hand and foot packs.
Not tight.
For, customizing and kit bashing purposes. Obviously to go with Mythic Legions.
Yeah, these guys think of everything, man. And these are probably just, they're so cheap to make. Why not?
You want some wings?
Yeah, we got
some
you.
wings, dude. You know what I mean?
Got some wings, baby. Yeah, that just looks sick, man.
Here's all the vampires together as well.
They look like they're about to drop the hottest album, to be quite honest.
You can also pre-order the entire wave. I mean, you've seen the prices of this individually. $35 for the regular figures, the deluxe figures. $55 to $65. You can get a 2-pack of the Ilithia and the horse for $90. The horse by itself is $55. Or you can buy the whole wave pre-order all in $4.95.
Dang.
That includes the hands and the feet, basically everything from the previous page.
Go back to the people that come with horses real quick. What you said they're 90?
Yeah, this is the deluxe 2-pack, and
what's
it's 90.
The Centaur is what, 60? 65?
The Centaur by himself is 65.
So you're paying $25 for legs, basically, with the with the 2-pack. The legs cost $25 to produce. All right.
Well, the 2-pack is the horse and the vampire chick.
That's it. But like, you're paying $25 for a horse head and human legs, or humanoid legs, basically.
Because the moose is 60. So the moose head costs almost as much as an entire human torso.
I mean, that's some serious sculpting on the moose.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just a testament to how well their pricing model is. I think so.
And then this large figure is $55, and I think it is like 10 inches tall, 9 inches tall. So pretty solid size.
Yeah.
And it comes with.
I actually wanted to get a couple of those bigger figures that they did, like the rock troll and the like ice dude and whatever, but I don't know. I just never pulled the trigger on it. Those are like cool, like Thor kind of villain that you can mess with, So.
You know who's all in on this line? Greg C. is heavy into this line. Greg C. Greg G.
Oh, Greg. Oh, yeah. G. Big G. Gotcha.
He's super into this.
These are also up for pre-order on BBTS. So if you end up, again, these are open pre-order, so you could go and get these directly from Four Horsemen. But if you somehow happen to miss that, they are up on BBTS,
Yes.
and they're more expensive. So, whatever you want, dude.
Hell yeah! If you got some credit left over, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. All right, moving on. What was the other thing we wanted to
just
talk
a couple
about?
more
About
things.
Mondo. Oh yeah, it was Four Horsemen and Mondo. Got it.
We did Mondo, so a couple more things into Mythic Legions. They segue really nicely. You'll notice the diorama that they're using for all these promo shots of all these Mythic Legions figures in this wave. These are from a company called Crashbox Customs, which people on Instagram might be familiar with. They also work a lot with Mezco and do their dioramas for trade shows and stuff like that.
Oh, shit.
They also had reveals for this Mythic Legions con, and that includes a new staircase set that they're doing. These are all like really big modular dioramas that all kind of are meant to fit together. They have floor pieces, they have these windows like you saw in the promo shots, they have like columns like an arch, they have floors, they did a door that I don't think they're doing anymore. The idea is, you get all these pieces and you can like build them into your own like Mythic Legions display castle or whatever you want. So they're doing a few more pieces to add to that. This is a gate piece that attaches magnetically to the back of like this piece right here. When you get like the regular plain archway, like this one that's about to pop up, you can buy a separate back piece that attaches to that. And the first one they've revealed for that is this gate.
Nice.
So it's cool. They give you a lot of really good options with the pieces that they give you. They're a little expensive. This is $65 for the archway plus the gate. But I bring it up because if you're a Mythic Legions collector and you have your Mythic Legions display, like these are basically the official Mythic Legions dioramas, officially unofficial.
Yep. Yeah.
So if you're all about this line, like these guys are making it very easy to get their stuff, and it's really high quality. I've had a few of their pieces.
This is just another testament to how popular toy photography has become. Everything is catered to the photographer, to displaying, to setting up your stuff and dramatic scenes and lighting and just having fun and actually playing with your toys and stuff like that. Like this only happened in the past 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Like this it wasn't like this before, So this is just another testament to the independent entrepreneur doing their thing within this little niche market, and just the popularity of just displaying, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people who've been trying to do this, but the main thing with Crashbox is that they've just really nailed the modularity aspect of it. In terms of like all these things are prefabricated to like fit together, so you can kind of like build it in your head and know what pieces you need to like fit whatever space you have. They also have for pre-order this dock diorama, which they did for one of the Mezco trade shows.
Oh, nice.
So this was like one of the pieces that they did, and they put it up for actual pre-order. So I actually have this coming in a little bit. I ordered this a while back. It's Detolf size. That's kind of what I look for because I need it to fit in there and display the figures in front of it. And then the other reveal that Crashbox did was, like I said, the staircase here, which is a nice like kind of centerpiece to your castle, and you use all the other windows and arches and all that stuff to like build around this. It's dope, and the stairs are modular as well.
Yeah, nice. I like the I like that it's modular and that you could kind of set it up as you see fit. That's really cool.
And this is their materials are really good too. They definitely use a lot of foams, like you'll see here, layered foam, machine cut and put together. But they also do a lot of like their floors are made out of not MDF board, but like PVC? Fiberglass board almost.
Was it
PVC?
PVC?
Thank you.
Yeah.
PVC is a great material. Cuts really easy. Like you can cut it with
a lot of other stuff with like the window has PVC elements.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I work with PVC.
The gate
every
has
day.
PVC. Obviously, the stairs are gonna have a lot of that. It's dope.
It's
and they just started doing stuff with this laser that they got.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So definitely support them even if you're not into Mythic Legions. I mean, a lot of these sets are great and will work for a lot of other stuff. I see people using this set for like Doc Nocturnal for like his castle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of like limited run pieces, so when they have certain drops, they don't always do them forever. There's a couple pieces that are like evergreen on their shop, definitely worth getting. They're doing like a tech hallway as well called the Complex. That's coming up. So good stuff to look forward to from them. But, you know, we got into this because of the Mythic Legion stuff. So if we could go back to that for a sec, there was one more really big reveal from Legions Con, and it's a little something out of this world.
Oh my
Ooh. They're doing Cosmic Legions, everybody.
Oh,
They're
shit.
doing Mythic Legions in space.
Okay. Well, what does that mean?
We got the official announcement. And they're also doing online games. They're going to be doing video games related to the Mythic Legions universe.
All right,
Oh,
they
cool.
can keep that shit. But I'm interested to see what this cosmic thing is looking like.
Well, that's to your point of like, well, it's a cool line, but it's not from anything. I guess now it's from this video game for some people.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. Mythic Legions is definitely great stuff. That looks cool. That little picture.
Cosmic Legions. Just a couple of like little teases of like sculpts. You know, no official announcements of a line or anything like that. But here we have a weird space alien skull, Cosmic Legions logo.
Hell yeah.
And this.
Nice. They could have taken a screenshot. Why are they taking a picture of the screen? No shit.
This isn't from Mythic Legions itself. This is Mythic Legions Cabal. They're like the biggest Mythic Legions Facebook group. And it's run by this guy named Waltor the Mad, who I met at Designer Con last year. Really good dude. He gave me a bunch of free shirts and like I talked with him for like an hour, dude. He's a really good dude. So he runs Mythic Legions Cabal, and this is his coverage of this stuff.
Very nice.
This looks a lot. This is basically the Mythic Legions like logo, but with like these space elements to it. So this got a lot of people really excited.
Yeah, I think this could be really interesting though. They're getting into space and space suits and this aliens and that type of stuff. Man, that sounds very interesting. I'm wondering if they're making money on this stuff yet.
I hope so, dude, because they're really expanding. It really seems like it with new like online media and stuff like that, and a new like subline. I think this is a really good chance for people who have always like admired Mythic Legions from afar, but like but it's like too deep. I can't get into it now.
I guess
this is your jumping off point.
I guess the mark of when people are making money is when they start hiring a bunch of motherfuckers. So I guess they are, right?
That's true.
You know. But yeah, that's what's up. Let's move forward though. Did we have something else on the docket?
It's just October. We're gonna
just October. That's right.
Let's spin these things, man, because we over time actually.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. All right.
I love that mindset. I love staying on time. Yeah. So once again, October wrapped up. Super great. Once again, thank everybody. Huge thank you to everybody who submitted photos, who used the hashtag, all that stuff, even though there's some like weird shit going on with Instagram now where you can't look at recent hashtags. Sucks. But it was great. Like we had so many great entries. We had so many official entries, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. If you wanted to be considered for prizes for October, all you had to do was email us your submissions every week to the official like October email address, and just basically follow the rules. Just tag them accordingly, email them to us, and then just by simply emailing to us, you'll be entered into prizes. And I know this year we're finally getting a chance to go ahead and do random prizes. So last year, including this year too, we were really emphasizing a lot that we wanted guys to try and post as often as you can, but we were never really too candid about why or whatnot. We may have dropped hints and we may have mentioned it once or twice, but like the reason we wanted to do that is because right now we're going to be randomly selecting 3 themes out of these 31 themes, and if you submitted photos on those days to the email address, then you'll be entered into a pool to win some prizes for free.
What?
So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and spin it. I'll screen share real quick. So 1 second, let me move back.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go. This
You're live, Boog. Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
I'll start.
We're officially back at it.
Let's see. Yes, I'll screen share it.
All right, you got this.
Let's see. I just want to go ahead, pull the wheel up right here.
And while you're doing that, I'm just looking through some of these chats here, talking about Mythic Legions. apparently we just cost Trevor Maguire $300 on that staircase, so you're welcome for that, sir.
Hey, it is what it is.
Right. And Joseph Quinnell, who is, I believe, a friend or a fan of Crashbox Customs, because he was real excited that we were talking about it. He's saying that the gate piece that they're doing is cut with that new laser that I showed as well.
Hell yeah. It's great, man. Like I was saying earlier, like I work with the machine that they use to cut with their older stuff, and like their stuff is always so interesting to me because like I'm familiar with what it takes to make that kind of stuff, and it's so cool to see people like really like following their ambitions and like doing big stuff like this with that machine, because it's such a capable machine. And like that's one of the greatest things about this like whole community is seeing how everybody uses what they do in their everyday life to elevate their art form and their craft and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool.
Sure.
All right, cool. So my screen is being shared. Can you guys see it? I know everybody on the podcast can see it.
I do.
All right, cool. So what we're going to be doing is just going to be spinning, and then the last 3 standing are the 3 random days. So let's go ahead.
We're bringing all the fun of raffles to the podcast. Hell yeah.
That's it. All the payoff with none of the stakes. So let's go. All right, so Essential Worker is the first to go. A lot of great shots from Essential Worker. I really enjoyed it. Next up. Yeah, man.
Rapid fire. Knock these out. Knock these out.
That's it.
We're looking for the top 3 here.
Oh, no, dude. I'm really bummed that Meme Me Out is the second one to go, because Meme Me Out was like one of my favorite what do you call it? Was like my favorite thing from my favorite topic from the entire
For sure.
What do you call it? What's next? Let's go.
Click, click, boom.
Click, click, boom.
That's gotta go.
Big shout out to Al Chang for crossing mediums, spitting in the face of tangible only cats, and doing a After Effects shot with that. It's pretty great.
Oh boy.
All right.
All into the dark side, I see.
I know. Next up is Dance Off to Go. Super great. So for those of you who are just tuning in, we're spinning to see what the 3 random themes are that are going to be eligible for random prizes for October. So if you participated in October, this is definitely a really cool part of the show. Seen It is the next to go. Because when we get to the final 3 that are left on the board, if you submitted a photo on those days, you'll be eligible. If you submitted a photo on one of those days and you emailed it to the official email, which was octoberacba@gmail.com, then you'll be eligible to win a free prize. Super tight. Captain McKay is saying, selfishly hoping Fight or Flight stays in because that's the one day he did.
Dude, that'd be crazy. That's fun.
That's true. It's Magic is the second one to go.
Then Brett Styles is asking about the drawing for all 31. That's going to come separate.
Absolutely, yeah. So we don't want to really, want to reveal like all the cards in our hand for what we want to do. We want to kind of piecemeal this information out, but we definitely do want to say that if you were one of the few that went ahead and did all 31 days, we definitely are going to not only acknowledge that, but there's something special in the works for that as well. So once again, yeah, we had like so many great entries this year. Like so many more people did all 31 days this year than last year. And I think by next year we're going to be having like a lot more people take on all 31 days. I think it's going to be really great.
We had a lot of international participation too, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Yeah, the tag just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. It's really great. I know like last year I was like closely following like all the like the metrics and everything like that. And this year I kind of like...
So while we're...
Oh, go ahead, Fabi.
Real quick, while we're rolling out all this stuff, now's a good chance to get in any questions that you might want us to address, anything that we've talked about so far. I know Toy Collector 1027 is saying that he hopes the Mythic Legions make it to Big Bad Toy Store. They will, but it will be more expensive. If you want to get your pre-orders in, just go to 4 Horsemen right now and get it directly.
Hell yeah, Run the Jewels gone. Too bad.
Oof. Yeah, who did all 31? Classy Bowser did all 31, but he didn't email any. Cap Liz, we know that he did all 31. He tells us.
Hell yeah. So, like, Yeah, even if you didn't email all 31, like, yo, like, give yourself a huge pat on the back. Like, doing all 31 days, like, is incredible. I know firsthand how difficult that can be. Animal Instinct is gone. Let's see. Nightwalker says, "Meme me out, really? Yo, you don't know. Meme me out was so great."
No, he hates the name.
Oh,
It's
no.
almost like,
And just a friendly reminder, we do have the super chat open. This is our first week actually trying this. I actually just enabled this, so I'm kind of a noob as it relates to this. But again, anything that we do get through super chat is going to go to just making the program better, just upgrading all of our equipment. At some point, we all want to get on the same page as far as having the same microphones, same setups, so our sound quality could be top notch, and so we could open up the soundboard and just have a little more hijinks and things that are unique to the podcast. So yeah, any help is greatly appreciated. We also want to officially open up the super chat for one of these weeks to donate to a couple of things that's going on for some community members that's having some trouble, some issues. So again, this is our first week trying that out, so we're just trying to work it out, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, if you think you can rant better than me in terms of how over designed that Hot Toys Miles Morales is, then I'd like to see you super chat it in. I want to read it.
So good. Let's see. Next up, this is my mask. I know a lot of people, just a bunch of Batman stuff for that. So we're down to the last couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last down to the last 10. Fight or Flight looks like it's going out next. Yeah, wouldn't it be something if like the last 3 were like the least submitted ones? It'd be great for those that submitted for sure.
A lot of people calling out their favorites as they're dropping off.
Hell
a lot of people really enjoyed some of these themes.
I think this year we had a lot of really great themes this year. I think
War's out.
One of my favorite ones was Have a Seat, just because whoever did the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator one read my mind. That's literally the reason it was in there.
I think that was Sentry. He just piped in the chat. What's up, Sentry?
Hell yeah, dude. Captain McKay. So good. Hide and Seek is out of here. All right,
oh boy.
We're very close. Very close.
We're very, very close. Moments away, everybody.
Moments away. All right.
Oh yeah. Final 5, final 6.
Final 5.
So this is the last one. So this is the last spin. The ones that remain after this are going to be our 3 randomly chosen days. Oh shit!
What happened?
The last one is All Hallows Eve.
Oh, wow. That one probably had good participation too.
Yeah,
Dang.
a lot of people.
All right, so
participated in that. Sure.
So it looks like the 3 random days are Road Rage, Elements at Play, and Till Next Time. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pooling everybody's entries from those days, and we're going to be spinning those entries next week on the podcast as well, live also. So if you if you submitted entries for any of these 3 days, I don't know, get some rabbit's feet or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know in the chat if anybody participated in these 3 categories that we got. Cerrone Games Go just said that he got 2.
Yeah, Cerrone Games says he knocked it out. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. So
that's how it is.
That's it. So looks like we're done. That's it.
We want to get into pickups real quick and then say goodbye.
Yeah, super quick. What'd you get, Fabio?
I mean, I've had it here behind me, so it would be foolish to just have it wasted. But I did get the Popeye and Bluto 2-pack.
So jealous.
It's so sick, dude. I love these guys. I love having them pose together. Like I think I talked about it last week. How there's been so many great photos of them just either being split up from fights or having just fought or just getting into fights in general. I just love having them
You said that on the Discord chat on Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Really? I was setting this up. Yeah, I popped into the Friday Night Live chats and
very nice,
setting this up, and they look great.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine. Bluto is all new, huh?
That's a whole.
The Bluto is the Hulk Ragnarok body from Mezco.
Really?
Yeah, great
Yeah.
reuse. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. He's huge. Yeah, I mean, and he has the same articulation, so he's got like a pretty good ab crunch here. And he has single jointed elbows, so you don't get a lot out of him. But like the tailoring on his outfit is so good, and I don't even have like the leather jacket that comes with him.
Oh, he's a leather jacket.
The hat is magnetic. They come with like bruised up faces and everything too. So if you missed out on any of the Popeyes that like a lot of people missed out on because low key, I don't think anybody wants a Popeye, but then the figure itself is so dope. It's like, wait, what? I need to get that. This is like the best chance to get one, and then you get Bluto too.
I'm a Christopher
the only
Miller.
Other thing I got from Mezco, we talked about last week how there was like the Bruce Lee Gomez drop, and then like all the tchotchkes that went with it.
Mm-hmm.
I waitlisted the Gomez and the radioactive like glow in the dark skulls, but all the other stuff that I ordered is like trickling in. Even though I ordered it all in the same day, it's coming in like 5 separate packages. It's so stupid. So the first thing I got was just the patch and pin set from Rumble Society.
Yeah, I was
Whatever.
talking to Mike, and he was saying about how he ordered like quite a few different things, and they shipped it in so many different boxes. So
yeah, I have the Doc Nocturnal like expansion kit coming on Tuesday next week, and then the gun pack coming on Thursday next week. Like it makes no sense, dude. I would have waited the extra 2 days, but just put them in the same box.
Where's Mezco based out of? Are they New York?
Yeah, Long Island.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Long Island. Yeah.
Shout out to Fuzz, one of the mods on the Discord. He got his so early. He got his like on Friday or something like that. His guns so early. Holy cow.
Honestly, if I lived in New York, I would just like go pick my stuff up in person and save myself $16 shipping.
Let me in. Do you know who I am?
Like next day, like once it's released, if you live in New York, you'll have it that next day for the most part.
Yeah, that alone might make me move, Boog. It's dead out here. COVID's killed my industry. I'm moving out there.
That's it. Boog, what you get?
This week I got Crossbones from Marvel Legends from the Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure Wave. Shout out to the homies at the Collector Cave in the Bronx. And I got the Mayfex Michael Jordan, which I reviewed, which I'm pretty happy with overall. I did have a few issues or whatever, but check out the review on the channel if you haven't already. And I think that was it. I think that was only two things that I got this week. I do have a couple things coming this week, tomorrow. What about you, Pete?
Oh, well, I didn't get any figures this week, unfortunately. But I did get Xbox Series X. I got the Xbox Series X. This thing is huge. It's the fridge. Pretty great.
I've seen that it makes a really big stand for...
What's up?
Don't be vaping into your Xbox.
I know, right? And then I also got PS5, baby.
Oh no!
Damn.
Couldn't not.
Yeah.
Absolutely couldn't not.
You don't need no figures for like the rest of the year.
No, I sure as hell don't.
Like March.
And then Nintendo basically said, "Hey, what about me?" And then I got, oh shit. They re-released the Game & Watch, which is pretty tight. So that's basically that's my budget for 2020.
Did you actually get all your game stuff through GameStop?
Yeah, I sure did.
Of course.
Well, hey, I had to wait in line just like everybody else.
You pre-ordered this shit then, for sure, right?
What's up?
Said you've been pre-ordered these.
Oh
things,
yeah.
then. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're on top of that.
I gotta be. If I'm the CEO, why could I not?
We got the Target ambassador and the CEO of GameStop.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, no doubt. So I think that's it. We way over time. Next week, like P said, we're gonna spend for those three, and then we're gonna give the big prizes throughout the next week or so as well. So stay tuned for that. And I think that's it for this week. I assume that this coming week will be just as chock full of news and information. So we'll be back with you guys Saturday or Sunday next week. I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there. And until next time, peace.
See ya.
Yeah.